Welcome to Ground Zero. Today we are counting down the top 100 movies of all time, the films you absolutely must watch before you die. This is not just another list pulled from thin air. We have combined critical scores, audience ratings, and our own personal favorites to create a ranking that balances prestige, popularity, and pure cinematic magic. Some picks might surprise you, others will feel like old friends, but every single one belongs here. Whether you agree with the order or not, one thing is certain: these are 100 films that define what great cinema can be. Let us get to our rankings. Coming in at number 100, we have The Revenant. Set in the untamed wilderness of the early 19th century, this film is a visceral journey of survival and vengeance. It follows a frontiersman, Hugh Glass, who is left for dead after a brutal bear attack. His struggle for survival is not just against the harsh elements, but also against the betrayal of those he once trusted. The Revenant is a cinematic masterpiece that transcends the typical revenge narrative. It delves deep into the human condition, exploring themes of resilience, the will to live, and the moral complexities of vengeance. The film's director, Alejandro González Iñárritu, crafts a story that is as much about the beauty and brutality of nature as it is about the characters who inhabit it. The cinematography is breathtaking, capturing the vast, untouched landscapes of the American frontier. Each frame is a testament to the raw power and indifference of nature, which serves as both a backdrop and a character in its own right. The performances are equally compelling, with a cast that brings depth and authenticity to their roles. The Revenant is a film that lingers, haunting the viewer with its stark realism and emotional intensity. It is a story of blood lost and life found, a testament to the indomitable spirit of man in the face of overwhelming odds. This is a film that demands to be experienced, a journey that will leave you breathless and profoundly moved. Coming in at number 99, we have The Lives of Others. Set in the stark atmosphere of East Berlin before the wall fell, this film offers a chilling glimpse into the world of the Stasi. It focuses on a renowned playwright and his actress lover, who become the targets of an intrusive surveillance operation. The mission is led by a dedicated and rigid officer whose job is to listen to their every secret. His presence is meant to be invisible, a phantom in the attic. However, a profound transformation occurs as he immerses himself in their world. Through the intimate sounds of their lives, their passions for art, and their struggles against a repressive state, the officer's cold ideology begins to thaw. He witnesses their humanity, their love, and their fears, and finds himself unexpectedly drawn to their plight. This powerful story explores the immense power of art to penetrate the hardest of hearts and the quiet courage required to reclaim one's own morality. It is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of total control. Coming in at number 98, we have There Will Be Blood. This film stands as a monumental achievement in American cinema, depicting the rise of a ruthless oil prospector in the early 20th century. It explores the dark side of ambition through the story of Daniel Plainview, a man who will stop at nothing to secure his fortune. The narrative begins with a masterful, nearly dialogue-free sequence that establishes Plainview's incredible resilience and isolation. This introduction sets the stage for a tense drama that pits him against a charismatic local preacher, creating a slow-burning feud that escalates with devastating consequences. Led by a powerhouse, award-winning performance, the film presents a chilling portrait of greed that rots a person from the inside out. The direction is confident and the cinematography is vast, creating a haunting atmosphere that lingers long after the credits roll. The thunderous score adds a layer of unease, making the audience feel the weight of Plainview's relentless drive. In our opinion, this is a story about the collision of capitalism and faith, where two cunning figures battle for the soul of a town and their own legacies. It is a truly mesmerizing epic. Coming in at number 97, we have Amadeus. This is a sweeping historical drama that explores the volatile relationship between two musical titans in the opulent world of the 18th century Vienna. The story unfolds through the eyes of a deeply pious court composer who finds himself overshadowed by the raw, hedonistic genius of a young prodigy from Salzburg. What begins as professional admiration quickly curdles into a dangerous obsession fueled by divine jealousy and the haunting question of why such talent was bestowed upon an undeserving soul. Milos Forman's direction brings this period to life with stunning detail, immersing us in the grandeur and intrigue of the classical era. The film is anchored by two phenomenal lead performances. We witness the mischievous, childlike brilliance of the composer, portrayed with electric energy, contrasted sharply against the calculated, simmering resentment of his rival. The motion picture was a massive success, sweeping the Academy Awards and captivating audiences with its themes of artistry, envy, and the cost of genius. It remains a powerful testament to the music that shaped a century and the human drama that fueled it. Coming in at number 96, we have Gran Torino. This powerful drama is anchored by an iconic performance from Clint Eastwood, who also directed the film. He plays Walt Kowalski, a recently widowed Korean War veteran and retired auto worker. He is a man out of step with his time, living in a neighborhood that has changed dramatically around him. Walt is a man of rigid principles and deep-seated prejudice, guarding his home and his prized possession, a pristine Ford Gran Torino, with a bitter and isolated heart. The story is set in motion when a quiet Hmong teenager from next door attempts to take that car. Rather than calling the police, Walt confronts the boy, sparking an unexpected connection. As penance, the young man is forced to work for him. Through this reluctant arrangement, Walt's hardened shell begins to crack. He discovers a surprising bond with the boy and his sharp-witted sister, finding a sense of purpose he had lost. The film is a profound examination of redemption. It explores how a man haunted by the violence of his past can find a final chance at peace by protecting his new neighbors from the dangers of a local gang. Gran Torino is a moving story about the possibility of change and the unexpected forms that family and sacrifice can take. Coming in at number 95, we have Pan's Labyrinth. Set against the harsh backdrop of post-Civil War Spain, the film follows a young girl named Amélie, who relocates with her pregnant mother to a remote military outpost. There, she finds herself under the oppressive watch of her stepfather, a cruel captain in the ruling regime. Seeking refuge from this grim reality, Amélie discovers a mysterious stone labyrinth and is met by a faun who reveals her true identity as a lost princess of the underworld. To reclaim her crown, she must complete a series of perilous tasks that test her courage and morality. The narrative brilliantly intertwines the brutal truths of war with the wonder of dark fairy tales, creating a haunting duality. It is a testament to the idea that innocence possesses a formidable strength, one that evil cannot comprehend. Through stunning visuals and practical effects, the movie constructs an uncanny world of magic that feels completely grounded. It stands as a masterful exploration of how imagination can provide escape and agency, even in the most oppressive of times. Coming in at number 94, we have The Martian. This gripping survival story takes place in the not-so-distant future, during a manned mission to the Red Planet. When a fierce storm forces the crew of the Ares 3 to make a hasty departure, botanist Mark Watney is struck by debris and presumed dead. He is left behind on the hostile surface, alone with only meager supplies. But Watney has survived. He finds himself stranded millions of miles from home, with the next mission not due for years. To endure, he must rely on his brilliant scientific mind and indomitable spirit. He sets about growing food on a lifeless world and salvaging equipment to send a signal across the void. The film features a commanding performance from Matt Damon, who perfectly captures Watney's wit and determination. It is a testament to human ingenuity and the sheer will to survive. On Earth, his ingenuity does not go unnoticed. As NASA and a global audience become aware that he is alive, a complex and perilous rescue mission is born. It is a fascinating look at problem-solving under the ultimate pressure, celebrating the power of science and the unbreakable bonds of the human spirit. Coming in at number 93, we have Blade Runner. Set against the perpetually smog-choked and rain-slick skyline of a future Los Angeles, this film is a monumental work of neo-noir science fiction. The story follows a burnt-out specialist named Rick Deckard, who is reluctantly pulled back into a grim profession. His job is to hunt down a small group of bioengineered androids, known as replicants, who have illegally returned to Earth. These beings, created for slave labor in off-world colonies, are physically superior and virtually indistinguishable from people, yet they are cursed with a built-in 4-year lifespan. Their desperate search for their creator is a quest for more life. As Deckard delves deeper into the investigation, the stark lines between man and machine begin to dissolve. He is tasked with using a special empathy test to identify the replicants. But his resolve is challenged when he meets Rachel. She is an advanced replicant who is completely unaware of her true nature, possessing implanted memories that make her believe she is human. This encounter forces Deckard to confront the very definition of existence and his own morality. The film is a profound meditation on what it means to be alive, suggesting that a soul is not defined by origin, but by the capacity for empathy, the weight of memory, and the yearning for one's own time. Coming in at number 92, we have Once Upon a Time in the West, a sweeping epic from the maestro of the spaghetti western Sergio Leone. This film is a poetic lament for a vanishing frontier. The story unfolds as the railroad advances unstoppably through the Arizona desert. Into this changing landscape arrives Jill McBain, a woman with a mysterious past hoping to build a new life, only to find her family tragically murdered. She stands to inherit a patch of land crucial to a railroad tycoon's ambitions, placing her directly in the crosshairs of a ruthless hired gun. What follows is a masterclass in atmosphere and tension. Leone transforms the vast, empty spaces of the desert into characters of their own, filled with an unbearable sense of waiting. The film features a stellar ensemble cast, including a legendary performance by Henry Fonda against type as a cold-blooded villain. The score by Ennio Morricone is iconic, a haunting soundtrack that perfectly captures the film's operatic scale and the profound sense of loss. It is a cinematic elegy that explores the death of the Old West and the violent birth of modern civilization. Coming in at number 91, we have The Big Lebowski. In our opinion, this film stands as a masterful subversion of the classic detective story. The narrative follows Jeffrey Lebowski, a laid-back Los Angeles resident whose only concerns are bowling and finding a replacement for his soiled rug. Through a case of mistaken identity, he gets dragged into a convoluted plot involving a wealthy namesake, a fake kidnapping, and various unsavory characters including aggressive nihilists and strange artists. Guided by his volatile friend, a Vietnam veteran obsessed with rules, the dude navigates a series of chaotic events that ultimately resolve into nothing. The film intentionally makes the mystery meaningless to highlight its true purpose. It is a celebration of a philosophy of simply abiding. The main character represents a form of passive resistance against aggression and materialism, finding contentment in simple pleasures rather than the chaos of the world. The Coen brothers crafted a stoner comedy that has become a beloved cultural touchstone, spawning its own religion and cementing the character as an icon. Coming in at number 90, we have Logan. This film is a visceral and deeply moving character study that strips away the spectacle of the superhero genre to reveal a raw human core. Set in a bleak future where mutants have all but vanished, the story follows a weary and ailing Logan. He spends his days driving a limousine and caring for an ailing Professor Xavier, whose once great mind has been ravaged by dementia. The iconic Cerebro has been replaced by a rusted water tank, a potent symbol of their fallen world. Their fragile existence is shattered by the arrival of a young mutant named Laura, a fierce new life who needs their help. Reluctantly drawn into a desperate journey north, Logan finds himself protecting a future he no longer believes in. The heart of the conflict becomes terrifyingly personal with the emergence of X-24, a younger, soulless clone of Logan himself. This monstrous mirror forces the hero to confront the animalistic violence he has always feared defined him. In a powerful final act of selfless sacrifice, Logan gives his life to ensure Laura and the other children escape, proving that a lifetime of violence can be redeemed by one final heroic choice. Coming in at number 89, we have The Grand Budapest Hotel. This film is a masterful story about memory, friendship, and a world of elegance lost to the ravages of war. The narrative centers on the legendary concierge of a grand European hotel, a man of impeccable standards and charm, and his loyal young apprentice. Together, they find themselves embroiled in a high-stakes adventure involving a stolen Renaissance painting and a vast family fortune. Told through flashbacks from the perspective of an elderly hotel owner, the story unfolds with whimsical energy and meticulous precision. We are transported to a vibrant fictional republic between the Great Wars, a world brought to life through a stunning visual style. The film acts as a bittersweet love letter to a bygone era of civility and principle, a time irrevocably transformed by the approaching darkness of history. Guided by a secret network of fellow concierges, the duo's frantic journey is a testament to loyalty and grace under pressure. In our opinion, the film celebrates the power of storytelling itself, suggesting that memory is the only true sanctuary against the tide of time and history. It is a beautiful, poignant reminder that the most precious things are the people we cherish and the stories we keep alive. Coming in at number 88, we have Iron Man. This film is a masterclass in blending action, humor, and heart. It follows the journey of a brilliant yet reckless billionaire who, after a life-altering experience, builds a revolutionary suit of armor to escape captivity and fight evil. The story is a powerful exploration of responsibility, personal growth, and redemption. The film's visual effects are stunning, with the Iron Man suit feeling both realistic and futuristic. The action sequences are thrilling and well-paced, balanced with moments of humor and reflection. The film's tone is serious yet fun, understanding the genre it belongs to and delivering an exciting adventure with heart. The performances are outstanding, with the lead actor bringing charisma, wit, and depth to the character. The supporting cast is solid, with notable performances that add charm and balance to the film. The script grounds the story in a plausible reality, retaining the style and fun of the source material while avoiding some of its more fantastic elements. Iron Man is a film that resonates with audiences of all ages. It is a story about transformation, about a man who changes from a self-absorbed industrialist to a hero who takes his first step towards becoming a savior. It is a film that teaches powerful lessons, wrapped in an exciting package of action and adventure. It is a film that, in our opinion, is a modern classic. Coming in at number 87, we have Oldboy. This film is a masterclass in storytelling, blending psychological depth with visceral intensity. It follows the journey of a man who is mysteriously imprisoned for 15 years, only to be released with a burning desire for vengeance. The narrative unfolds like a dark fairy tale, where every twist and turn reveals deeper layers of human nature. Oldboy is a cinematic experience that lingers long after the credits roll. The film's exploration of revenge is both gripping and thought-provoking, showing how the pursuit of vengeance can consume and destroy. The protagonist's journey is one of transformation, as he evolves from a broken man into a force of nature driven by an unrelenting need to uncover the truth. The film's visual storytelling is equally compelling. Through the use of color and symbolism, the director creates a world that is both beautiful and haunting. Each frame is meticulously crafted, drawing the viewer into a web of intrigue and suspense. The themes of memory and identity are woven throughout the narrative, adding a layer of complexity that elevates the film beyond a simple tale of revenge. Oldboy is a testament to the power of cinema to explore the darkest corners of the human psyche. It is a film that challenges and captivates, leaving an indelible mark on those who experience it. In our opinion, it is a true masterpiece that deserves its place among the greatest films ever made. Coming in at number 86, we have Top Gun: Maverick. This film is a triumphant return to the skies, capturing the essence of high-stakes aviation and the indomitable spirit of its protagonist. After more than 3 decades of service, Pete Maverick Mitchell finds himself at a crossroads, dodging promotions to stay where he truly belongs, in the cockpit. His rebellious nature and unyielding passion for flying put him at odds with the Navy's top brass, who view him as a relic in an era of advancing technology. Forced back to the elite Top Gun program, Maverick is tasked with training a new generation of pilots for a mission that seems impossible. Among the trainees is the son of his late best friend, a young pilot who carries the weight of his father's legacy and a deep-seated resentment towards Maverick. This reunion forces Maverick to confront his past, his deepest fears, and the ghosts that have haunted him for years. The film is a masterclass in balancing nostalgia with contemporary elements. It champions the enduring value of human instinct, experience, and courage in a world increasingly dominated by technology. The recurring mantra, "It is not the plane, it is the pilot," encapsulates this theme perfectly. Beyond the cockpit, the story explores themes of reconciliation, legacy, and the power of confronting one's past. The emotional core of the film lies in the complex relationship between Maverick and Rooster. Burdened by guilt and a promise made to Rooster's mother, Maverick must navigate the turbulent waters of their shared history. Their journey from animosity to mutual respect and forgiveness forms the heart of the narrative, showcasing the power of redemption and the importance of honoring the past while embracing the future. Top Gun: Maverick is a testament to the idea that experience is not obsolete, but a vital asset. It is a thrilling ride that combines state-of-the-art aerial sequences with a deeply emotional story, making it a must-watch cinematic experience. The film's ability to evolve the framework of its predecessor while maintaining a delicate balance between honoring the past and introducing fresh elements is truly commendable. Coming in at number 85, we have Full Metal Jacket. Stanley Kubrick's masterpiece is not just a war film, but a profound exploration of the human psyche under the most extreme conditions. It is a journey that takes us from the brutal boot camps of the Marines to the chaotic streets of Hue during the Vietnam War. The film is a stark examination of the dehumanizing effects of war, split into two distinct parts. The first half immerses us in the harsh realities of boot camp, where young recruits are stripped of their individuality and molded into soldiers. The second half thrusts us into the heart of Vietnam, where the true horrors of war unfold. Through this narrative, Kubrick explores the complex dynamics of power, obedience, and the human condition in times of conflict. Full Metal Jacket is a powerful critique of the military's process of dehumanization. It delves into the idea that to create a soldier capable of killing, one must first destroy the individual. The film's bifurcated structure starkly contrasts the systematic stripping away of humanity in training with the chaotic and absurd reality of war itself. At its core, the film examines the interplay between power, manipulation, and violence. It illustrates how the very structure of military authority can warp the psyche of young men, transforming them from innocent recruits into hardened soldiers. This transformation raises critical questions about the nature of power and the sacrifices made in its pursuit. Full Metal Jacket is a profound exploration of the duality of man. It suggests that within every person there is a capacity for both good and evil, peace and violence. The crucible of war forces these contradictory elements into a volatile and often tragic confrontation. Ultimately, the film posits that war is a fundamentally insane endeavor that corrupts innocence, obliterates individuality, and leaves survivors forever changed. The film's first act is a masterclass in depicting systematic dehumanization. The recruits are subjected to verbal abuse, humiliating rituals, and constant threats to reduce them to obedient soldiers. The point is to draw out individuality and mold it into a soldier who would act without hesitation. It is a kind of brotherhood that thrives solely on conformity and unconditional obedience. Full Metal Jacket is a gritty and philosophical inquiry that transforms it from a war film into an examination of the human condition in turbulent times. It is a testament to Kubrick's genius and a powerful reminder of the devastating effects of war. Coming in at number 84, we have 2001: A Space Odyssey. This cinematic masterpiece transcends the boundaries of traditional storytelling, inviting viewers on a journey that is as much about the visual and emotional experience as it is about the narrative. Directed by Stanley Kubrick and inspired by Arthur C. Clarke's visionary ideas, the film is a profound exploration of humanity's place in the universe, blending science fiction with existential philosophy. The film begins at the dawn of man, where a mysterious monolith sparks the first glimmers of intelligence in our primitive ancestors. From there, it leaps millions of years into the future, following a mission to Jupiter after the discovery of another monolith buried on the moon. The journey is not just through space, but through the evolution of human consciousness, culminating in a surreal and breathtaking finale that defies easy explanation. Kubrick's use of cinematography is nothing short of revolutionary. The film's visuals are a symphony of light and shadow, with the vast emptiness of space serving as both a backdrop and a character in its own right. The contrast between the sterile, illuminated interiors of the spacecraft and the infinite darkness beyond underscores the fragility and isolation of humanity in the cosmos. The iconic scenes of astronaut Dave Bowman confronting the sentient computer HAL 9000 are charged with tension, as the cold logic of machinery clashes with human intuition and emotion. What makes 2001: A Space Odyssey so enduring is its refusal to hold the viewer's hand. Kubrick and Clarke crafted a film that demands contemplation, one that lingers in the mind long after the credits roll. It is a meditation on evolution, technology, and the unknown wrapped in a visual and auditory experience that feels almost spiritual. The film's ambiguity is not a flaw but a strength, allowing each viewer to find their own meaning in its grand, enigmatic tapestry. In our opinion, 2001, A Space Odyssey is more than just a movie. It is a landmark in cinematic history, a work of art that challenges and inspires in equal measure. It is a testament to the power of film to evoke wonder, to provoke thought, and to transport us beyond the confines of our everyday lives. Whether you are a fan of science fiction or simply appreciate groundbreaking storytelling, this is a film that deserves to be experienced, pondered, and revered. Coming in at number 83, we have Seven Samurai. This monumental film transports us to the heart of 16th century Japan, where a farming village faces relentless raids by bandits. Desperate for protection, the villagers turn to a group of masterless samurai, each with their own unique skills and personalities. Led by the wise and battle-weary Kanbei, these warriors take on the daunting task of training the villagers to defend themselves. Seven Samurai is a profound exploration of honor, duty, and the human condition in the face of overwhelming adversity. Director Akira Kurosawa delves into the complex social dynamics of feudal Japan, particularly the rigid class structures that separated the samurai and the farmers. The film questions the nature of heroism, suggesting that true strength lies not just in martial prowess, but in self-sacrifice and compassion for others. As the samurai and farmers work together, a bond forms between the two disparate social classes, challenging the rigid societal norms of the time. The film culminates in a series of epic battles as the small group of defenders faces the overwhelming force of the bandits. The cinematography paints a vivid tableau of feudal Japan, capturing both the tranquility of village life and the chaos of battle with equal finesse. Seven Samurai stands as a titan among films, its influence reverberating across generations and genres. It is a cinematic experience that transcends mere entertainment, offering profound insights into the human condition. The film's exploration of sacrifice, unity, and the blurring of class lines in times of crisis leaves a lasting impact, reminding us of the enduring resilience of the human spirit. Coming in at number 82, we have Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. This is the cinematic crescendo of an entire generation of storytelling. The film immediately thrusts us into a desperate, high-stakes race. We follow the trio as they orchestrate a dangerous infiltration of Gringotts Bank to secure a Horcrux. The sequence is visually stunning, culminating in a thrilling escape on the back of a captive dragon, signaling that the wizarding world's secrets are being violently unearthed. The narrative then returns to the iconic halls of Hogwarts, now transformed into a fortress. The film is a masterclass in building tension, layering emotional revelations as the final battle commences. The dungeons and secret passages are as vital as the castle ramparts. The profound exploration of sacrifice and mortality gives the climax its immense weight. It is a powerful conclusion built on the themes of love and the choices that define us. The final confrontation is not just a duel, but a collision of two destinies, bringing a legendary saga to a truly resonant and definitive close. Coming in at number 81, we have Prisoners. This intense drama follows the harrowing ordeal of the Dover family. When his young daughter and her friend vanish on Thanksgiving, a father's world is shattered. The only lead is a dilapidated RV seen near their home. Detective Loki takes the case and questions the driver, a quiet young man who is subsequently released due to a lack of evidence. Convinced the authorities are failing him, this desperate father takes matters into his own hands. He kidnaps the suspect and imprisons him in an abandoned building, subjecting him to brutal interrogations in a frantic search for answers. This vigilante path soon clashes with the detective's own relentless investigation, which uncovers a web of secrets within their quiet community. Directed with a masterful sense of dread, the film is a dark meditation on justice, faith, and the terrible lengths a person will go to for family. It explores the idea that everyone becomes a prisoner of their own grief and obsession, powered by powerhouse performances and a haunting atmosphere. This is a gripping and unforgettable examination of the line between right and wrong. Coming in at number 80, we have Heat. This is a sprawling Los Angeles crime saga from writer and director Michael Mann. The film focuses on the intense rivalry between two masters of their craft. On one side is a meticulous and isolated professional thief, a man who lives by a strict code and avoids personal attachments. On the other is a relentless LAPD lieutenant, an obsessive detective consumed by his work, which takes a heavy toll on his personal life. What makes this film a landmark achievement is the way it presents their relationship not just as a cat-and-mouse game, but as a duel between two men who recognize and respect each other's dedication. Their shared professionalism creates a powerful and palpable tension that drives the entire narrative. The film is supported by a powerhouse cast, including a volcanic performance from the lieutenant and a cool, calculated portrayal of the thief. Their climactic confrontation is one of the most unforgettable moments in modern cinema. A high-stakes masterpiece, Heat is a brilliant examination of obsession, duality, and the loneliness that comes from being the absolute best at what you do. Coming in at number 79, we have A Clockwork Orange. In a near-future Britain defined by striking fashion and severe architecture, we follow the charismatic and terrifying Alex DeLarge. He leads his gang of droogs on nightly escapades of what they call ultra-violence, a spree of assault and chaos set against the classical masterpieces of Beethoven. Alex lives for this intoxicating mix of high art and brutal savagery, making him a truly unique force of nature. After a betrayal by his own friends, Alex finds himself at the mercy of the state. To shorten his sentence, he volunteers for an experimental aversion therapy known as the Ludovico technique. The process forces him to endure graphic imagery while under the influence of a nausea-inducing drug. The treatment is a stunning success in the eyes of the government, as Alex is physically unable to commit a violent act or even listen to his beloved Ludwig van without becoming ill. Released back into a society he once terrorized, Alex becomes a helpless victim of his former world. He is a man stripped of his ability to choose. The film poses a powerful thematic question about the nature of humanity and morality. Through its groundbreaking visuals and pulsating soundtrack, this cinematic masterpiece explores the terrifying idea that true goodness must be a choice, and that a man without free will is nothing more than a machine. It remains a chilling and profound examination of the human soul. Coming in at number 78, we have Rear Window. This film presents a masterclass in suspense from the legendary Alfred Hitchcock. The story unfolds entirely from the perspective of a professional photographer, laid up with a broken leg in his Greenwich Village apartment. To cure his boredom, he begins observing the private lives of his neighbors through his rear window. What starts as harmless entertainment quickly morphs into a terrifying conviction that one of these neighbors has committed a gruesome murder. Unable to leave his chair, he must rely on the help of his sophisticated girlfriend and his sharp-witted nurse to investigate the possibility of a perfect crime. What makes this thriller endure is its brilliant use of a single, confined space. Hitchcock turns a static setting into a dynamic stage of human drama, capturing the entire spectrum of life from courtship to loneliness. The film explores the fascinating and dangerous nature of observation, placing the audience right there in the apartment, sharing in the act of watching. Through this lens, we see a cynical but compelling view of relationships and urban isolation. Rear Window is a gripping story that proves you never know what secrets are hiding in plain sight. Coming in at number 77, we have Dune Part 2, a cinematic masterpiece that continues the epic saga of Paul Atreides as he aligns himself with the Fremen, the indigenous people of the desert planet, Arrakis. Following the devastating attack on his family by House Harkonnen, Paul seeks revenge and endeavors to earn the trust of the Fremen, including the skeptical warrior Chani. Guided by his mother, Lady Jessica, and the Fremen leader Stilgar, Paul grapples with his burgeoning prescient abilities and the messianic prophecies that surround him. As Paul immerses himself in Fremen culture, learning to ride the colossal sandworms and leading raids against the Harkonnen spice harvesting operations, his influence grows. This rise in power does not go unnoticed, prompting the ruthless Baron Vladimir Harkonnen to unleash his sadistic nephew, Feyd-Rautha, to crush the Fremen rebellion. Paul is forced to confront his destiny, choosing between his love for Chani and the fate of the universe, all while trying to prevent a catastrophic holy war he has foreseen in his visions. Dune Part 2 explores the corrupting nature of power and the dangers of religious fanaticism. Director Denis Villeneuve subverts the traditional chosen one narrative, presenting a cautionary tale about how messianic figures can be manufactured and manipulated for political gain. The film scrutinizes the concept of a white savior, ultimately revealing Paul Atreides not as a straightforward hero, but as a complex figure who becomes the very conqueror he feared. The film delves into themes of colonialism, the exploitation of natural resources, and the collision of faith with politics, questioning the true cost of liberation and the ambiguous line between leader and tyrant. It critically examines the rise of a charismatic leader and the fervent belief he inspires. Paul's journey is not a simple heroic arc, but a descent into becoming a messianic figure who manipulates prophecy to lead a holy war. The narrative questions whether such leaders bring salvation or destruction, highlighting the dangers of surrendering critical thought to faith. Dune Part 2 is rich with emotion, intellect, and cinematic ambition, delivering at heights few Hollywood productions have achieved. It is a film that leaves a lasting impact, prompting reflection on the broader implications of power, faith, and the human condition. Coming in at number 76, we have Amélie. This enchanting film transports us to the heart of Paris, where we meet a young woman whose life is as whimsical as the city itself. Amélie, a shy and imaginative waitress, discovers a hidden talent for bringing joy to others. Her journey begins with a simple act of kindness, which blossoms into a series of delightful and heartwarming schemes to improve the lives of those around her. The film is a visual feast, capturing the charm and beauty of Paris in every frame. From the bustling streets of Montmartre to the quaint café where Amélie works, the setting becomes a character in its own right. The story unfolds with a sense of magic and wonder, as Amélie's small acts of kindness create ripples of happiness throughout her community. Amélie's journey is not just about helping others, but also about finding the courage to step into her own life. Her encounters with a mysterious stranger, Nino, spark a transformation within her. As she navigates her feelings for him, she begins to realize that true happiness comes from connecting with others and embracing the possibilities of love. The film's narrative is rich with themes of loneliness, connection, and the power of small acts of kindness. It reminds us that happiness is not something to be passively waited for, but something that can be actively cultivated through empathy and imagination. Amélie's story is a testament to the transformative power of love and the joy that comes from making a difference in the lives of others. In our opinion, Amélie is a timeless classic that captures the essence of Parisian life and the magic of human connection. It is a film that will change your life, one small act of kindness at a time. Coming in at number 75, we have Snatch. This film is a wild ride through the gritty underbelly of London's criminal world, where fate is as unpredictable as a bare-knuckle brawl. Guy Ritchie crafts a tale that is as chaotic as it is captivating, weaving together the lives of thieves, gangsters, and fighters in a dance of deceit and desperation. At its heart, Snatch is a story about the pursuit of wealth and the chaos that ensues when greed takes the wheel. A stolen diamond becomes the shining beacon that draws in a motley crew of characters, each with their own plans and pitfalls. From the high-stakes world of illegal boxing to the shadowy dealings of international crime syndicates, the film paints a vivid picture of a world where every move could be your last. The film's brilliance lies in its ability to blend dark humor with intense action, creating a unique atmosphere that keeps you on the edge of your seat. The dialogue is sharp, the pacing is relentless, and the twists are as unexpected as a left hook from a seasoned brawler. Ritchie's signature style shines through in every frame, with inventive camera work and editing that add layers of depth to the storytelling. Snatch is more than just a crime comedy. It is a commentary on the unpredictability of life and the folly of human ambition. In this world, control is an illusion, and the characters who thrive are those who embrace the chaos rather than fight it. It is a cynical yet humorous exploration of how the smallest accidents can upend the grandest plans, leaving us to wonder who will come out on top in this high-stakes game of chance. Coming in at number 74, we have Oppenheimer. Christopher Nolan's cinematic masterpiece delves into the life of J. Robert Oppenheimer, the man behind the development of the atomic bomb during World War II. The film is a profound exploration of not just the scientific achievements of its protagonist, but also the psychological and moral complexities that come with such a world-changing invention. Oppenheimer is a journey through time, seamlessly weaving between the 20s, the 40s, and the 50s. It captures the essence of a man whose genius was both a gift and a curse, as he grappled with the implications of his work. The film's nonlinear narrative, coupled with Ludwig Göransson's evocative score, creates an immersive experience that draws viewers into Oppenheimer's world. At the heart of the film is a stellar performance that brings Oppenheimer's story to life. The cast delivers powerful portrayals, capturing the essence of the characters they represent. From the intense focus of the scientific community to the political intrigue that followed the war, the film offers a gripping portrayal of a pivotal moment in history. Oppenheimer is more than just a historical drama. It is a meditation on the weight of responsibility and the consequences of innovation. It is a film that challenges viewers to think about the ethical implications of scientific progress and the personal toll it can take on those involved. In our opinion, Oppenheimer is a cinematic achievement that will leave a lasting impact on its audience. Coming in at number 73, we have Deadpool. This film delivered a seismic shift to the superhero landscape, embracing an R-rated tone that celebrated the chaotic spirit of its comic book origins. It tells the origin story of Wade Wilson, a former Special Forces operative turned mercenary. After falling in love with Vanessa, his life is upended by a terminal cancer diagnosis. Desperate for a cure, he joins a secret program led by the sadistic Ajax. The experimental procedure grants him accelerated healing powers, but leaves him horribly disfigured. Adopting the persona of Deadpool, he launches a violent, hilarious crusade for revenge. The narrative structure is unconventional, cutting between his brutal highway ambush in the present and the flashbacks of his transformation. The film's true power lies in its relentless fourth wall-breaking humor and its ability to mock genre cliches while delivering surprisingly heartfelt character moments. Ryan Reynolds' performance perfectly captures the character's irreverent spirit, balancing sarcasm with genuine devotion to his love, Vanessa. The action choreography is kinetic and inventive, highlighting Deadpool's mastery of katanas and gunplay. It remains a testament to creative risk-taking, proving that a scrappy production with a bold vision can redefine an entire genre. Coming in at number 72, we have Spider-Man: No Way Home. This monumental chapter picks up immediately after Peter Parker's identity is exposed to the world. His life, and those of his closest friends, are thrown into complete disarray. Facing public scrutiny and rejection from their dream college, Peter seeks out Dr. Strange. He hopes for a simple spell to make the world forget he is Spider-Man. However, good intentions can have catastrophic consequences. An interruption during the incantation corrupts the magic, tearing a hole in the multiverse. This breach allows dangerous visitors from other realities to enter Peter's world. He soon finds himself facing off against a rogues gallery of villains he has never met before. The scale of the threat is immense, forcing him to step up in ways he never imagined. Ultimately, this film is a profound exploration of responsibility and sacrifice. It beautifully deconstructs the hero's journey, illustrating that true heroism isn't about gaining power, but about what one is willing to give up for the greater good. It is a powerful, emotional, and truly amazing cinematic event. Coming in at number 71, we have Titanic. This film transports audiences to the early 20th century, unfolding an epic romance against the backdrop of one of history's most tragic maritime events. The narrative frames a tale of forbidden love that challenges the rigid social stratification of the era. We follow a spirited young woman trapped in an engagement orchestrated for financial security and a free-spirited artist who captures her heart. Their connection blossoms amidst the grandeur of the ship, proving that genuine emotion transcends material wealth and societal expectation. Even as the vessel faces its fateful collision, the story remains a powerful exploration of class disparity. A memorable sequence highlights this divide, as a third-class passenger finds himself dining among the elite, subtly exposing the superficiality of their assumed superiority. It reinforces the film's core humanistic message: a person's true worth is defined by character, not bank accounts. Director James Cameron's meticulous attention to detail creates an immersive world, supported by a soulful score that carries the audience through moments of joy and sorrow. The music swells with a nostalgic, melancholic tone, echoing the tragic end of the voyage and the enduring power of a love that refused to sink. Coming in at number 70, we have Taxi Driver. This film is a harrowing journey into the psyche of a lonely man adrift in a sprawling metropolis. We follow Travis Bickle, a former Marine suffering from chronic insomnia, who works the night shift driving a cab through the unforgiving streets of New York. The city appears as a festering wound to him, a landscape of moral decay. He feels an obsessive need to cleanse. He is an invisible man, a ghost haunting the neon-drenched avenues, desperately seeking a spark of connection in a world that feels utterly alien to him. A brief flicker of hope arrives in the form of Betsy, a graceful campaign worker whom he idolizes from afar. But his attempt to bridge the gap with the outside world is clumsy and misguided, leading to a painful rejection that only deepens his isolation and rage. His focus then tragically shifts to Iris, a very young street worker he feels a distorted need to rescue. In the face of these failures, his desire to find meaning curdles into a violent fantasy. He prepares for a final, destructive confrontation, transforming himself into a weapon of misguided justice. Taxi Driver is a chilling and powerful character study of alienation and the psychological unraveling of a man pushed beyond his breaking point. It remains a monumental work, a dark mirror held up to a fractured urban landscape and the desperate search for identity within it. Coming in at number 69, we have Apocalypse Now. This film charts a harrowing journey into the heart of darkness during the Vietnam War. The story follows Captain Benjamin Willard, an Army Special Operations officer tasked with a secret mission. His objective is to travel deep into Cambodia to find and eliminate Colonel Walter Kurtz, a decorated officer who has gone rogue and commands his own private army. Willard's ascent up the river is a descent into a surreal and chaotic world. He is accompanied by a small crew, and their voyage becomes a metaphor for a psychological unraveling. They witness bizarre and terrifying events, from an absurd assault soundtracked by classical music to chaotic encounters that blur the lines between reality and madness. As the boat moves further from civilization, the crew confronts the absurdity of the war, and Willard becomes increasingly obsessed with the man he is supposed to kill. It is a profound and haunting philosophical reflection on the duality of man, exploring how the veneer of civilization can be stripped away by extreme violence. The film suggests that true horror lies not just in the brutality of conflict, but in the terrifying realization of humanity's inherent capacity for darkness when all rules are removed. Coming in at number 68, we have Die Hard. In the heart of the 80s, Die Hard emerged as a breath of fresh air in the action genre, offering a hero who was as human as he was heroic. John McClane, a New York cop, finds himself in the wrong place at the wrong time when a Christmas party turns into a terrorist takeover. Trapped in ALA skyscraper, McClane must rely on his wits, courage, and a bit of luck to save the hostages and reconcile with his estranged wife. Die Hard is more than just an action movie. It is a story of vulnerability and triumph, where the hero is not invincible, but relatable. McClane bleeds, swears, and feels fear, making his journey all the more compelling. The film pits the gritty, working-class hero against the sterile corporate environment and sophisticated criminals, creating a clash of worlds that resonates with audiences. The film's brilliance lies in its ability to subvert expectations. It is not just about the action, it is about the man behind the badge. McClane's struggle to adapt to his wife's success, his fear of flying, and his barefoot journey through the skyscraper all serve to humanize him. This is a hero who is not defined by his muscles, but by his determination and heart. Die Hard also stands out for its sharp critique of corporate bureaucracy and the clash between American individualism and globalized commercialism. It is a film that does not just entertain, but also makes us think, all while keeping us on the edge of our seats. With its claustrophobic setting, memorable characters, and thrilling action sequences, Die Hard set a new standard for the genre. It is a film that has stood the test of time, continuing to captivate audiences with its blend of excitement, humor, and heart. In our opinion, it is a true classic that deserves its place among the greatest films of all time. Coming in at number 67, we have Casablanca, set in the bustling Moroccan city of the early 40s. This timeless classic weaves a tale of love, sacrifice, and redemption against the backdrop of a world at war. At its heart, Casablanca is a story about the choices we make and the sacrifices we endure for the greater good. The film introduces us to Rick Blaine, a world-weary American expatriate running a popular nightclub. His life takes an unexpected turn when his former lover Ilsa walks into his establishment, accompanied by her husband, a renowned resistance leader. As fate would have it, Rick finds himself in possession of 2 coveted letters of transit that could secure their escape to freedom. What follows is a gripping narrative of personal turmoil and moral dilemma as Rick grapples with his feelings for Ilsa and the noble cause she represents. Casablanca is a masterclass in storytelling, blending romance, political intrigue, and moral complexity. The city itself becomes a character, a melting pot of refugees and opportunists, each with their own stories of loss and hope. The film's themes of sacrifice and idealism resonate deeply, as characters are forced to confront their own cynicism and make choices that transcend personal desires. The emotional core of Casablanca lies in its exploration of love and duty. Rick's journey from a detached observer to an active participant in the fight against oppression is both poignant and inspiring. His decision to prioritize the greater good over personal happiness is a testament to the film's enduring message about the power of selflessness. The film's rich tapestry is further enhanced by its memorable dialogue and iconic music. Lines like "of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world," "she walks into mine," and the haunting melody of "as time goes by" have etched themselves into the collective memory of cinema lovers. These elements, combined with the film's timeless themes, make Casablanca a cinematic experience that continues to captivate audiences. In our opinion, Casablanca stands as a beacon of classic Hollywood storytelling. Its exploration of love, sacrifice, and redemption, set against the tumultuous backdrop of a world in crisis, makes it a film that transcends its era. It reminds us that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can rise above cynicism and embrace the noble causes that define our shared humanity. Coming in at number 66, we have Gone Girl. This masterful psychological thriller dives deep into the dark heart of a marriage unraveling under the glare of the media spotlight. What begins as a missing persons case quickly spirals into a chilling exploration of deception, manipulation, and the terrifying lengths one might go to for revenge. The story centers on Nick and Amy Dunn, a couple whose once passionate relationship has curdled into something far more sinister. When Amy vanishes on their 5th wedding anniversary, Nick becomes the prime suspect, his every move dissected by the public and the press. The film brilliantly weaves between Nick's present-day ordeal and Amy's diary entries, which paint a harrowing picture of a marriage gone wrong. But as the layers peel back, the truth becomes far more unsettling than anyone could have imagined. Gone Girl is more than just a thriller. It is a razor-sharp commentary on the power of perception and the media's ability to shape reality. Amy's diary, a meticulously crafted fabrication, becomes the weapon that turns public opinion against Nick, proving how easily truth can be manipulated. The film's tension lies in its unpredictability, as alliances shift and motives blur, leaving the audience questioning who, if anyone, is truly innocent. With its dark satire and unflinching look at modern relationships, Gone Girl lingers long after the credits roll. It is a story about the masks we wear, the games we play, and the terrifying consequences of what happens when those masks slip. In our opinion, it is a modern classic that redefines the psychological thriller genre. Coming in at number 65, we have A Beautiful Mind. This film is a powerful exploration of genius, love, and the fragile nature of the human mind. It follows the extraordinary life of John Nash, a brilliant mathematician whose groundbreaking work in game theory earns him acclaim. Yet, as his career ascends, Nash's grip on reality begins to unravel, revealing a harrowing struggle with paranoid schizophrenia. The story unfolds with Nash's early years at Princeton, where his unorthodox thinking sets him apart. His journey takes a dark turn when he becomes entangled in a secretive world of cryptography, believing he is deciphering hidden codes for the government. The film masterfully blurs the line between reality and delusion, drawing the audience into Nash's fractured perception. His wife, Alicia, stands by him with unwavering devotion, even as his condition threatens to consume them both. What makes A Beautiful Mind so compelling is its portrayal of Nash's resilience. Despite the torment of his illness, he refuses to let it define him. The film captures the pain of his hallucinations, the friends who are not real, the conspiracies that do not exist, yet also celebrates his triumphs. His eventual Nobel Prize win is not just a victory for mathematics, but a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure. Ron Howard's direction brings depth to this story, balancing the intellectual brilliance of Nash with the emotional weight of his personal battles. The film does not just depict schizophrenia, it immerses us in the experience, making Nash's journey deeply personal. It is a reminder that behind every great mind there is often a struggle, and sometimes a beautiful one. Coming in at number 64, we have It's a Wonderful Life. This timeless holiday classic has warmed hearts for generations with its powerful message of hope, sacrifice, and the profound impact one life can have on countless others. Set in the quaint town of Bedford Falls, the story follows George Bailey, a man whose dreams of adventure and grandeur are continually deferred as he selflessly serves his community. Through his modest building and loan company, George stands as a beacon of kindness and integrity, offering an alternative to the greed embodied by the ruthless Mr. Potter. On a fateful Christmas Eve, George faces a devastating financial crisis that pushes him to the brink of despair. Believing his life has been a failure, he contemplates ending it all. But just as he reaches his lowest point, an angel named Clarence intervenes, showing George a chilling vision of what the world would be like if he had never existed. In this alternate reality, Bedford Falls is a cold, joyless place renamed Pottersville, and the lives of those George loved are tragically altered. His brother, his wife, and his friends all suffer in his absence, revealing the ripple effect of his kindness and sacrifice. What makes It's a Wonderful Life so enduring is its celebration of the ordinary hero. George Bailey may never have built skyscrapers or traveled the world, but his life was rich in ways that matter far more. The film reminds us that true wealth lies in the love we share, the communities we build, and the small acts of goodness that shape the world around us. It's a story that resonates deeply, especially in moments of doubt, affirming that no life is insignificant, and that every person leaves an indelible mark on the world. With its heartfelt storytelling and timeless themes, It's a Wonderful Life continues to inspire, proving that even in our darkest hours, there is always reason to hope and to remember just how wonderful life truly is. Coming in at number 63, we have Mad Max: Fury Road. This film is a relentless, post-apocalyptic opera that redefined the modern action genre. Directed by the visionary George Miller, the story unfolds in a stark, sun-scorched wasteland, where humanity has been fractured and resources like water and gasoline are hoarded by the tyrannical Immortan Joe from his fortress, the Citadel. The narrative ignites when Imperator Furiosa, a formidable war-rig driver, veers off course, revealing she has liberated a group of enslaved women, known as the Wives, seeking a fabled green place. Her rebellion enlists the reluctant help of Max Rokitansky, a survivor captured and used as a universal blood bag. Pursued by Joe's entire armada, they embark on a desperate chase across the desert. What follows is a kinetic masterpiece of practical stunt work and vehicular mayhem, a singular vision of a desperate future. The film is a profound exploration of survival, freedom, and redemption. It is a story about reclaiming a future from the grasp of madness, told through explosive action and haunting, beautiful imagery that stays with you long after the credits roll. Coming in at number 62, we have Catch Me If You Can. This film presents the incredible true story of a masterful young deception artist. Set against the vibrant backdrop of the 60s, it follows a charismatic teenager who, deeply affected by his parents' divorce, embarks on a criminal spree. He successfully impersonates an airline pilot, a doctor, and a lawyer, forging millions of dollars in checks with astonishing skill. The movie's tagline perfectly captures the essence, the true story of a real fake. A relentless FBI agent makes it his personal mission to bring the young man to justice, sparking a globe-trotting cat-and-mouse game that is as thrilling as it is poignant. The central performances are magnetic, creating an unlikely connection between the pursuer and the pursued that adds a layer of humanity to the high-stakes chase. Driven by a desperate desire to mend his fractured family, the young con artist finds that the ultimate chase is not just for freedom, but for his own identity. It is a stylish, clever, and deeply human look at the art of the con and the search for belonging. Coming in at number 61, we have Requiem for a Dream. This film is a harrowing journey into the shattered lives of 4 residents of Coney Island, whose hopes are dismantled by their deepening dependencies. At the center is Sarah Goldfarb, a lonely widow who dreams of appearing on a television game show. To fit into a cherished red dress, she begins taking prescribed amphetamines, igniting a terrifying psychological decline. Her son Harry, along with his girlfriend and their friend, chase their own ambitions through a dangerous heroin trade, believing it is their path to success. Director Darren Aronofsky crafts a relentless portrait of obsession, where the pursuit of an idealized life becomes a destructive force. The film argues that addiction stems from a deep loneliness and a desire to escape reality, whether through pills or illicit substances. Through its innovative editing and visceral sound design, the story becomes a lament for lost aspirations. It is a timeless and devastating reminder of how the mechanisms used to chase dreams can become the very instruments of our ruin. Coming in at number 60, we have Avatar. James Cameron's Avatar is more than just a film. It is a landmark in cinematic history. Set in the lush, bioluminescent world of Pandora, the story follows a human soldier who, through an avatar body, becomes immersed in the culture of the Na'vi, the planet's indigenous people. What begins as a mission of exploitation transforms into a journey of self-discovery, as the protagonist is torn between loyalty to his own kind and the deep connection he forms with Pandora's inhabitants. The film's visuals are nothing short of revolutionary. Cameron's use of groundbreaking 3D technology and motion capture brought Pandora to life in a way that had never been seen before. The vibrant forests, floating mountains, and alien wildlife created an immersive experience that left audiences in awe. But beyond its technical achievements, Avatar carries a powerful message about environmentalism, colonialism, and the consequences of unchecked greed. At its core, Avatar is a story of redemption and resistance. It challenges viewers to reflect on humanity's relationship with nature and the ethical dilemmas of progress. The emotional depth of the narrative, combined with its breathtaking visuals, ensures that Avatar remains a timeless masterpiece, a film that does not just entertain but also inspires. Coming in at number 59, we have Guardians of the Galaxy. This film takes us on a thrilling journey through the cosmos, where we meet Peter Quill, a man who was taken from Earth as a child and raised among the stars. Quill, who fancies himself a bit of an outlaw, stumbles upon a mysterious orb that sets off a chain of events, making him the target of a relentless manhunt led by the formidable Ronan the Accuser. To evade Ronan, Quill finds himself in an uneasy alliance with a group of misfits, each with their own unique skills and troubled pasts. Together, they must learn to trust each other to protect the orb, which holds immense power capable of destruction on a galactic scale. Their adventure takes them from the pristine capital of the Nova Empire to the lawless mining outpost of Nowhere, where they brand themselves the Guardians of the Galaxy. At its core, Guardians of the Galaxy is a story about the formation of a non-traditional family. Each character is defined by a profound sense of loss, and through their shared journey, they find solace and strength in one another. The film champions the idea that heroism is not about perfection, but about flawed individuals choosing to stand together for something greater than themselves. Director James Gunn crafts a narrative that is as heartfelt as it is action-packed, set to a nostalgic soundtrack that perfectly complements the film's themes of connection and friendship. Ultimately, Guardians of the Galaxy is a testament to the power of chosen family and the healing that comes from shared purpose. Coming in at number 58, we have V for Vendetta. This film transports us to a dystopian Britain, where a totalitarian regime has stripped its citizens of their freedoms. Into this oppressive world steps V, a masked vigilante whose theatrical acts of rebellion challenge the very foundations of the government. His mission is not just vengeance, but a revolution of ideas, a call to awaken the people from their forced compliance. At its core, V for Vendetta is a story about the power of ideas and the indomitable spirit of resistance. V's masked persona becomes a symbol, a rallying point for those who have been silenced. His actions are not merely about destruction, but about exposing the truth and inspiring others to reclaim their autonomy. The film's central message is clear: governments should fear their people, not the other way around. The narrative follows V as he orchestrates a series of elaborate attacks on the symbols of state power, each one designed to chip away at the regime's control. Along the way, he rescues Eve, a young woman whose journey from fear to defiance mirrors the awakening of the populace. Their relationship becomes a microcosm of the larger struggle, as Eve learns the true cost of freedom and the importance of standing against tyranny. The film's themes are timeless, exploring the tension between individual liberty and oppressive rule. V's mask, inspired by the historical figure Guy Fawkes, becomes a powerful emblem of rebellion, allowing anyone to embody the spirit of resistance. The story reminds us that while individuals may be mortal, the ideas they champion can endure, inspiring future generations to continue the fight for justice. V for Vendetta is a masterful blend of action, drama, and political commentary. It challenges us to question authority, to value our freedoms, and to recognize that change begins with a single idea. In our opinion, it is a film that resonates deeply, a call to remember that the power to shape the future lies not in the hands of the few, but in the collective will of the people. Coming in at number 57, we have Scarface. This iconic film tells the story of Tony Montana, a Cuban immigrant who arrives in Miami with nothing but ambition and a ruthless determination to claim his piece of the American dream. Through a series of violent and calculated moves, Tony rises from a low-level enforcer to the most powerful drug lord in the city, controlling the flow of cocaine with an iron grip. His journey is one of excess, greed, and the moral decay that comes with unchecked power. Scarface is more than just a crime drama. It is a savage critique of the American dream itself. Tony's relentless pursuit of wealth and status is a twisted reflection of the promise of opportunity, where success is measured not by integrity, but by material gain and brute force. The film's portrayal of his rise and fall is a cautionary tale about the dangers of ambition without restraint, where the path to the top is paved with violence and betrayal. The film's setting in the vibrant yet gritty Miami of the 80s is brought to life through striking cinematography and a pulsating soundtrack that captures the energy and intensity of the era. The visuals are bold and operatic, blending glamour with grotesquerie to create a world that feels both alluring and dangerous. The performances are equally powerful, with Tony's descent into paranoia and isolation serving as a grim reminder of the ultimate cost of his ambitions. Scarface remains a cultural touchstone, resonating with audiences for its unflinching portrayal of power, greed, and the dark underbelly of the American dream. It is a film that challenges viewers to reflect on the true meaning of success and the price of unchecked ambition. In our opinion, it is a timeless classic that continues to captivate and provoke thought, cementing its place as one of the greatest films ever made. Coming in at number 56, we have The Sixth Sense. This hauntingly beautiful film weaves a tale of mystery, emotion, and the unseen world that lingers just beyond our perception. At its core, it is a story about connection between the living and the dead, between a troubled child and the psychologist who seeks to understand him, and between a man and the unresolved pain of his past. The film introduces us to Dr. Malcolm Crowe, a child psychologist burdened by the weight of a past failure. His life takes an unexpected turn when he meets Cole Sear, a young boy who carries a secret too heavy for his small shoulders. Cole's world is one of isolation, haunted by visions of the dead who walk among the living, unaware of their own fate. His fear is palpable, his loneliness profound, and his struggle to communicate his torment is heartbreaking. As Malcolm delves deeper into Cole's world, he begins to question his own understanding of reality. What starts as skepticism slowly transforms into belief, and soon Malcolm realizes that Cole's gift or curse is real. The dead are not at peace, they are trapped, searching for closure, and Cole is the bridge between their world and ours. Through their sessions, Malcolm guides Cole toward a new perspective. Perhaps his ability is not just a burden, but a way to help those lost souls find their way. The film's brilliance lies in its exploration of fear, healing, and the power of communication. Cole's journey from terror to purpose is a testament to the strength found in facing our deepest fears. Meanwhile, Malcolm's own story unfolds in quiet desperation, his marriage crumbling under the weight of unspoken grief. The tension between him and his wife Anna is a silent echo of the film's central theme: how isolation can consume us when we fail to truly listen. The Sixth Sense is more than a ghost story. It is a meditation on the unseen wounds we carry and the healing that comes when we finally allow ourselves to see the truth. The director Night Shyamalan crafts a narrative that lingers long after the credits roll, leaving us to ponder the thin veil between life and death, fear and understanding. It is a film that reminds us that sometimes the most profound connections are the ones we never expected to make. Coming in at number 55, we have Psycho. Alfred Hitchcock's masterpiece that redefined horror and left an indelible mark on cinema. This film is a chilling exploration of the human psyche, a journey into the dark corners of the mind where madness lurks beneath the surface of normality. Psycho begins with Marion Crane, a woman driven to desperation by the constraints of her life. In a moment of impulsive rebellion, she seizes a chance to escape, setting off on a fateful journey that leads her to the eerie Bates Motel. The motel, with its foreboding Gothic house looming overhead, is a character in itself, a symbol of the darkness that lies beneath the surface of everyday life. Norman Bates, the motel's proprietor, is a study in duality. His seemingly gentle demeanor masks a deeply disturbed psyche, a fractured identity that Hitchcock masterfully explores. The film's themes of guilt, repression, and the dark side of human nature are embodied in Norman's character, a man torn between his own identity and the domineering presence of his mother. The film's iconic shower scene is a testament to Hitchcock's genius. It is a moment of raw, unrelenting terror that shocked audiences and set a new standard for horror. But Psycho is more than just a collection of scares. It is a psychological thriller that delves into the complexities of the human mind, a film that challenges our perceptions of good and evil, sanity and madness. Psycho is a cultural landmark, a film that transcends its time and continues to resonate with audiences today. It is a testament to the power of cinema, a reminder that the most terrifying monsters are not creatures of the night, but the darkness that lies within us all. In our opinion, Psycho is not just a great horror film, but a great film, period. It is a masterclass in suspense, a chilling exploration of the human psyche, and a timeless classic that continues to captivate and terrify audiences to this day. Coming in at number 54, we have Jurassic Park. Few films have captured the imagination quite like this timeless adventure. From the moment we first glimpse those towering creatures, we are transported to a world where the impossible becomes real. The sheer wonder on the faces of the scientists as they lay eyes on a living, breathing Brachiosaurus is a moment that has stayed with audiences for decades. It is pure cinema magic, a testament to the power of storytelling and visual spectacle. But Jurassic Park is more than just a showcase of groundbreaking effects. At its heart, it is a cautionary tale about the dangers of playing God. The film explores the consequences of unchecked ambition and the arrogance of assuming we can control nature. As the park's security systems fail and the dinosaurs escape, we are reminded that some forces are beyond our comprehension, let alone our control. The journey through the park is a thrilling ride filled with tension and awe. From the terrifying encounter with the Tyrannosaurus Rex to the cunning intelligence of the velociraptors, each moment is a testament to the film's ability to blend excitement with a deeper message. The characters' struggle for survival is a gripping narrative that keeps us on the edge of our seats. Jurassic Park is a landmark in cinema, a film that has left an indelible mark on popular culture. It is a reminder of the power of storytelling, the thrill of adventure, and the importance of respecting the natural world. In our opinion, it is a masterpiece that continues to captivate and inspire, a true classic that stands the test of time. Coming in at number 53, we have No Country for Old Men. This is not just a chase for money, it is a descent into a world where the rules have changed, and evil walks with the cold certainty of fate. Set against the stark, sun-scorched landscapes of West Texas, the film follows a man who stumbles upon a fortune in the aftermath of a bloodbath, only to find himself hunted by a force that does not bargain, does not reason, it simply is. Anton Chigurh is not just a killer, he is an embodiment of chaos, a figure who moves through the world like an unstoppable tide, leaving destruction in his wake. Meanwhile, Sheriff Ed Tom Bell, a man of an older generation, watches the violence unfold with a growing sense of dread. He is a relic of a time when justice had a face, when right and wrong were clearer. But in this new world, the lines blur, and the old ways seem powerless against the rising tide of brutality. The Coen brothers craft a masterpiece of tension and existential dread, where every choice feels like a gamble, and fate hangs on the flip of a coin. It is a film that lingers, haunting in its refusal to offer easy answers. In the end, No Country for Old Men is not just about the hunt. It is about the terrifying realization that some forces are beyond our control, and the world may have moved on without us. Coming in at number 52, we have Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl. This film revitalized the swashbuckling genre. delivering a rousing adventure that remains a timeless classic. The story transports us to the Caribbean during the early 18th century, where the line between myth and reality blurs. We follow the notorious Captain Jack Sparrow, a roguish free-willer with a flair for the dramatic, as he seeks to reclaim his stolen ship, the Black Pearl. Standing in his way is the formidable Captain Barbossa and his crew, a terrifying group afflicted by a supernatural curse. Cursed by Aztec gold, these pirates are doomed to undead existence, appearing as skeletal figures beneath the moonlight, forever unable to feel or die. When the Black Pearl attacks Port Royal and kidnaps the governor's daughter, a brave young blacksmith named Will Turner is forced into action. To rescue the woman he loves, Will forms an unlikely alliance with Jack. The film features a stellar ensemble cast, bringing to life this tale of courage, loyalty, and treachery. With thrilling sword fights, a touch of the supernatural, and an irreverent charm, this high seas adventure is an absolute triumph. Coming in at number 51, we have Braveheart. This monumental historical epic transports us to the turbulent landscape of the 1300s, chronicling the transformation of a simple farmer into a legendary figure of Scottish history. It tells the story of William Wallace, a man who seeks nothing more than a quiet life with his childhood love. But the crushing weight of English tyranny shatters his peace, igniting a fire within him that will forge a rebellion. Driven by a profound sense of loss, Wallace's personal quest for vengeance quickly swells into a nationwide uprising. He becomes a charismatic voice for a people long oppressed, inspiring disparate clans to unite under a single banner of freedom. The film masterfully portrays his brilliant and fearless leadership, culminating in the visceral and unforgettable Battle of Stirling, where a raw, passionate army dares to challenge the might of a global empire. Yet, the path to liberty is fraught with peril, not only from the enemy at their gates, but also from the treacherous politics of allies seeking power for themselves. Ultimately, the film serves as a powerful and timeless testament to the price of freedom. It is a sweeping, passionate ode to the human spirit's unyielding demand for liberty, championed by a cast that brings this incredible saga of courage and sacrifice to life. Coming in at number 50, we have Reservoir Dogs. Quentin Tarantino's explosive directorial debut drops the audience directly into the tense aftermath of a diamond heist gone wrong. A group of color-coded criminals, strangers to one another, rendezvous at a pre-arranged warehouse. As they piece together the chaotic events of the robbery, it becomes terrifyingly clear that one of them is an undercover cop. With Mr. Orange bleeding out from a gunshot wound, tensions escalate between the volatile Mr. White, the pragmatic Mr. Pink, and the sadistic Mr. Blonde. Through a non-linear narrative, the film explores the planning of the heist and how the undercover officer infiltrated the gang. The movie is a character-driven pressure cooker, focusing on paranoia, shifting allegiances, and violent confrontations as the survivors desperately try to identify the traitor in their midst. The core meaning of Reservoir Dogs revolves around the deconstruction of honor and loyalty among thieves. Tarantino explores the inherent contradictions within a criminal code of conduct. The film questions whether true loyalty can exist in a world built on betrayal and self-interest. It examines the chaotic breakdown of trust when a meticulously planned crime implodes. The criminals frequently discuss the importance of being a professional, yet panic and self-preservation inevitably take over. The film features a stellar ensemble cast that brings these intense dynamics to life. The iconic opening scene, featuring a passionate debate about pop culture and tipping, brilliantly reveals character dynamics before the violence even begins. It is a masterclass in tension and dialogue, culminating in a bloody Mexican standoff born from conflicting loyalties and suspicion. Every dog has his day. Coming in at number 49, we have Kill Bill Volume 1. This film is a masterclass in stylized revenge, a blistering ode to the genres that built cinematic history. The story centers on a former assassin, known only as the Bride, who is left for dead on her wedding day by her ruthless lover and commander, Bill. After awakening from a 4-year coma, she is consumed by a singular, all-consuming purpose: vengeance. Armed with a death list, she embarks on a global hunt to settle the score with every member of her former assassination squad. What follows is a cinematic journey that is both brutal and beautiful. The film seamlessly blends gritty spaghetti westerns with the elegant precision of samurai epics, creating a world where honor and violence collide. The bride carves a path of retribution that is both methodical and explosive, culminating in a visually stunning showdown in Tokyo against the ruthless O-Ren Ishii and her elite Black Dragon Guard. It is a raw, electrifying, and unapologetically violent celebration of a woman's singular focus. The film frames this quest not as a descent into madness, but as a righteous, almost spiritual undertaking, proving that revenge is a dish best served cold. Coming in at number 48, we have Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. This film presents a profound journey into the fragility of human connection. It follows Joel Barish, a quiet and unassuming man who discovers that his vibrant ex-girlfriend Clementine has used a clandestine service to erase him from her mind. Stunned by this revelation, Joel decides to undergo the same procedure to erase memories of her. However, as the process begins and his past unspools in reverse, a desperate struggle unfolds deep within his subconscious. While his memories are being systematically deleted, Joel fights to preserve the images of the woman he realizes he still loves. The movie is a visually inventive and emotionally resonant exploration of love and memory. It presents a complex narrative that moves backward through a relationship, revealing how a connection can be both painful and beautiful. We are reminded that our experiences, good and bad, shape our identity. The film suggests that even if we could remove heartbreak, we might also erase the growth that comes from it. It is a haunting and hopeful masterpiece that stands as a testament to the enduring power of human connection. Coming in at number 47, we have Life is Beautiful. This film presents a story in two very distinct halves, blending comedy and tragedy with breathtaking confidence. It begins in Italy during the lead-up to the war, following a charismatic bookseller named Guido. He is a man of immense wit and imagination, charming everyone he meets. Through his relentless and playful persistence, he wins the heart of Dora, a schoolteacher from a wealthy family, despite the disapproval of her social circle. They build a life filled with joy and welcome a young son, Giosu. This happiness is shattered when Guido and Giosu are deported to a concentration camp. In an act of profound love, Guido refuses to let his son see the true horror of their situation. He convinces the boy that the entire experience is an elaborate game, with strict rules and a grand prize waiting at the end, a real army tank. This central deception is the film's emotional core, illustrating how a parent's imagination can become a shield against the darkest realities. Guido's unwavering spirit and ultimate sacrifice demonstrate that even when freedom is lost, the human spirit remains unconquerable. Coming in at number 46, we have Good Will Hunting. This film is a deeply affecting character study about a gifted young man working as a janitor at MIT. He possesses a phenomenal mind for mathematics, yet he is trapped by a painful past. When he secretly solves a complex problem on a hallway chalkboard, his talent is uncovered by a renowned professor. His path takes a sharp turn after a violent encounter with the law. To avoid prison, he must work with the professor on advanced mathematics and, crucially, engage in therapy. This brings him into contact with a wise and unconventional therapist who has faced his own share of loss. The sessions between them form the soul of the picture. They move beyond clinical analysis into a raw, honest confrontation with Will's history of trauma and his profound fear of intimacy. The script also beautifully portrays the loyalty of his working-class friends and his tentative, heartfelt romance with a bright student from Harvard. These relationships force him to choose between the comfortable familiarity of his old life and the frightening possibility of a future defined by his own potential. It is a powerful story about the idea that true intelligence is not just about what you know, but about the courage to connect and heal. Coming in at number 45, we have The Truman Show. This film presents a truly unique concept that was years ahead of its time. It tells the story of Truman Burbank, an ordinary insurance salesman living in a picturesque island town called Sea Haven. He has a loving wife, a loyal best friend, and a generally happy existence. What he does not know is that his entire life is the world's most popular television program. He is the only person on the planet who is not in on the script. Sea Haven is a massive, technologically advanced television set, hidden away from the real world. Every single person he knows is an actor, playing a role to keep him content and unaware. The creator of this experiment watches over it all from a control room hidden in the artificial sky. orchestrating every sunrise and every seemingly random encounter. The film explores this concept with a perfect blend of comedy, drama, and science fiction. We follow Truman's journey as he begins to notice small, impossible glitches in his world. A spotlight falls from a completely clear sky. A radio broadcast narrates his exact movements. The world he trusts starts to feel like a carefully constructed illusion. These moments spark a profound awakening within him. He realizes he is a prisoner in a gilded cage, and his greatest desire becomes one simple thing: to find the truth. The Truman Show is a powerful examination of media manipulation, privacy, and the indomitable human spirit. It champions the courageous choice to question a comfortable reality in the search for genuine freedom. Truman's final decision to walk through the door of his world into the unknown is a testament to the belief that an authentic, unscripted life, with all its imperfections, is infinitely more valuable than a manufactured paradise. Coming in at number 44, we have Raiders of the Lost Ark. This film delivers the return of the great adventure, presenting a legendary hero who is as comfortable in a lecture hall as he is outrunning a giant boulder. We follow the globe-trotting archaeologist as he is drawn into a desperate race against time. The objective is the biblical Ark of the Covenant, an artifact the Nazis believe will grant them invincibility and ensure their domination of the world. The story is a pure chase across the globe, from the peaks of Nepal to the bustling markets of Cairo. It requires our hero to assemble a team and decipher ancient clues to find the Ark's resting place before a ruthless rival can claim it. The film is a masterclass in sustained tension and breathtaking set pieces. We witness a frantic struggle for survival involving treacherous tombs, mechanical horrors, and overwhelming forces. At its heart, the film explores the conflict between faith and scientific arrogance. It suggests that there are forces in the universe that defy human understanding and cannot be wielded for conquest. By pitting a whip-cracking adventurer against the entire Nazi regime, the movie creates a definitive battle between good and evil. It stands as a perfect homage to the serials of the past, celebrating heroism and the thrilling spirit of discovery. Coming in at number 43, we have City of God. Set in the poverty-stricken favelas of Rio de Janeiro, this film presents a visceral portrait of a community shaped by violence. The story unfolds through the lens of Rocket, a young, aspiring photographer. He serves as our guide through a world that is at once familiar and terrifying. His camera captures the stark reality of his neighborhood, offering a perspective that is both intimate and observational. While Rocket seeks an escape through art, a different path is taken by a young boy named Lil Z. The narrative chronicles his chilling transformation from a small-time thief into the most feared and powerful figure in the favela. We witness the rise of organized crime and the cyclical nature of violence that traps generation after generation. The film masterfully explores the idea that the environment can dictate destiny, contrasting the struggle to maintain humanity with the magnetic pull of the criminal underworld. It is a raw and unforgettable look at survival and hope. Coming in at number 42, we have The Pianist. This is a profound biographical drama directed by Roman Polanski, chronicling the true story of Polish-Jewish pianist Ladislaw Spilman. The film transports us to Warsaw during the devastation of World War II. We witness a celebrated artist's life unravel as the Nazi occupation tightens its grip, forcing the Jewish population into confinement and despair. When Spilman's family is taken from him, he is left to navigate the ruins of the city alone. His journey is one of harrowing survival against starvation, destruction, and the constant threat of discovery. The film's power lies in its unflinching realism, and its central message: music was his passion, but survival was his masterpiece. Through Adrien Brody's Oscar-winning performance, we experience a story not of a traditional hero, but of a man enduring the unimaginable. The film is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the unexpected kindness that can be found even in humanity's darkest moments. It stands as a powerful meditation on the will to live. Coming in at number 41, we have The Intouchables. This is a film that reminds us how life can be transformed by an unexpected arrival. It tells a true story of two men from completely separate worlds who find common ground in Paris. One is a wealthy quadriplegic aristocrat, isolated by a tragic accident and searching for a caregiver who sees him as a person rather than a patient. The other is a charismatic young man from the projects, attending a job interview merely to secure a signature for his unemployment benefits. What follows is a journey of mutual discovery built on honesty and irreverence. The young man introduces a vibrant, unfiltered energy into a home that had grown silent, bringing a soundtrack of soul music and a refusal to offer pity. In return, his new friend opens doors to classical art, opera, and a different perspective on life's possibilities. The film balances side-splitting humor with deep emotion, never shying away from the realities of physical limitation or social inequality. It is a powerful testament to the idea that true friendship is not bound by class or physical ability. By reaching into someone else's world, these two men find the joy and purpose that had been missing from their own. Coming in at number 40, we have American Beauty. This film is a scathing critique of the suburban dream, presented as a tragic and darkly comic portrait of a family unraveling. We follow Lester Burnham, a man adrift in a sea of conformity and materialism. His marriage is a hollow shell, and his relationship with his daughter is nearly non-existent. The narrative, told with Lester's own posthumous narration, chronicles his chaotic and misguided rebellion against this emptiness. His infatuation with his daughter's friend becomes the unlikely catalyst for him to reclaim a sense of vitality, shedding the expectations of his life with confrontational glee. Surrounding Lester are characters equally trapped. His wife seeks refuge in an affair and professional ambition, while their daughter finds solace with their enigmatic neighbor, a young man who records beauty in hidden, mundane places. The film masterfully satirizes the pursuit of superficial perfection, arguing that genuine joy is found not in achievement or appearances, but in the liberation of the human spirit. It is a powerful call to look closer at the world and discover the profound beauty hidden in plain sight. Coming in at number 39, we have Alien. This film is a masterclass in atmospheric tension and claustrophobic dread. A commercial spacecraft, the Nostromo, intercepts a mysterious signal and investigates a desolate planet. There, the crew discovers a chamber of ominous eggs, leading to a violent encounter for one of the explorers. An unseen nightmare is planted inside him, a parasite that soon gives birth to a terrifying and unstoppable creature. The ship becomes a labyrinth of shadows and silence, with the crew hunted by a perfect organism. The film's power lies in its incredible direction and design, creating a used future that feels chillingly authentic. It features a talented ensemble cast, including the formidable Sigourney Weaver as the resourceful warrant officer. Her character, Ellen Ripley, would become a true icon of strength and resilience. The film's most famous moment, a shocking and visceral scene, remains one of the most impactful in cinematic history. Through its masterful slow burn and inescapable sense of dread, the film transforms the vastness of space into an intimate trap, echoing the tagline, "In space, no one can hear you scream." It also explores profound themes of corporate greed versus human survival and subverts genre expectations with its powerful female lead. Alien is a landmark of science fiction and horror, a truly haunting experience that stays with you long after the credits roll. Coming in at number 38, we have The Shining. Stanley Kubrick's film is a metaphysical and narrative maze, a masterpiece of modern horror that invites endless examination. The story follows the Torrance family as they accept a winter caretaker position at the isolated Overlook Hotel. Seeking a fresh start, Jack, along with his wife Wendy and their son Danny, hopes to find peace for his writing. Instead, the immense solitude and the hotel's dark history begin to work on them. As the winter deepens, we witness a terrifying psychological unraveling. The film explores themes of domestic violence and oppression through its meticulous design. The Overlook is not just a setting, it is a living entity with a ghostly, mythical import. With a stellar cast led by Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall, the performance brings a harrowing authenticity to the breakdown of the family unit. Visually, the film is a technical marvel. The gliding Steadicam shots used during Danny's tricycle rides create a profound sense of vulnerability, immersing us in the hotel's eerie corridors. The iconic hedge maze serves as a powerful symbol for the labyrinth of the human mind. More than just a collection of scares, Kubrick creates a conceptual arena that lingers in the mind long after the credits roll, securing its place as a truly timeless and essential piece of cinema. Coming in at number 37, we have Whiplash. This film examines the razor's edge between discipline and abuse within the pursuit of artistic perfection. Set in the high-pressure environment of a prestigious music conservatory, the story follows a young jazz drummer determined to become one of the greats. His ambition brings him into the orbit of an instructor, whose methods are as terrifying as they are effective. The narrative transforms the practice room into a battleground. Under the instructor's relentless scrutiny, every missed beat is met with explosive outbursts and psychological warfare. The film operates with the tension of a thriller, portraying the mentorship as a volatile power struggle where the student sacrifices his well-being and relationships for a shot at greatness. It masterfully explores whether such extreme pressure truly forges genius or merely breaks the human spirit. The performances are raw and electrifying, driving a narrative that questions the true cost of leaving a legacy. Through a pulsating soundtrack and sweaty, high-stakes sequences, the film delivers a definitive statement on ambition. It argues that the road to greatness can take you to the edge, leaving the audience to ponder if the view is worth the fall. Coming in at number 36, we have Parasite. This film masterfully blends dark comedy with intense thriller elements to paint a devastating portrait of class warfare. It tells the story of the Kim family, who live in a cramped semi-basement and struggle with unemployment. Their lives change when the son secures a job as an English tutor for the wealthy Park family, opening the door for an elaborate infiltration. What begins as a clever scheme to secure steady income soon spirals into an unexpected and dangerous collision of worlds. The genius of this movie lies in its ability to show the stark contrast between the subterranean struggle of the Kims and the hilltop luxury of the Parks. It uses this visual divide to explore themes of social mobility and economic inequality with biting precision. The tension builds not just from the deception, but from the invisible boundaries that separate these families. The film operates as a searing social commentary, asking who is truly feeding off whom in this broken system. It is a cinematic masterpiece that keeps the audience on the edge of their seats until the very end. Coming in at number 35, we have The Usual Suspects. This film is a masterclass in misdirection, unfolding as a chilling account from a survivor in a sterile interrogation room. What we hear is a legend named Kaiser Soze, a crime lord of almost supernatural influence who orchestrated a devastating heist in San Pedro Harbor. The narrative is spun by a small-time con man, a seemingly insignificant figure who claims he was swept up along with 4 other ruthless criminals. He paints a picture of a lineup that forged a crew and a job that went catastrophically wrong. The power of this movie lies in its atmosphere of complete paranoia. It utilizes a non-linear structure that feels like solving a complex puzzle, keeping the audience constantly questioning what is real and what is performance. This is a film that demands a second viewing, a clever deception that rewards the attentive viewer. It stands as a definitive entry in the mystery genre, celebrated for a shocking final reveal that recontextualizes everything that came before. The Usual Suspects is a story built on the terrifying power of a myth and the subtle art of a lie, proving that the most dangerous weapon is not a gun, but a well-told story. Coming in at number 34, we have Shutter Island. This psychological thriller, directed by Martin Scorsese, plunges us into the foggy atmosphere of a remote institution for the criminally insane. The story follows a U.S. Marshal, a World War II veteran, who arrives on the island to investigate the mysterious disappearance of a patient. He is accompanied by a new partner, and together they navigate a world where every shadow holds a secret and every face seems to hide a lie. The film features a powerful performance from its lead actor, supported by a formidable cast including Mark Ruffalo, Ben Kingsley, and Max von Sydow. As the investigation deepens, the Marshal is plagued by troubling visions of his deceased wife and haunted by memories of liberating a Nazi concentration camp. A violent hurricane strikes the island, trapping them and amplifying the sense of claustrophobia and rising paranoia. Shutter Island masterfully uses symbolism to explore the fragility of the human mind. Fire and water recur as powerful motifs, representing the clash between a fabricated reality and a devastating, repressed truth. The lighthouse stands as a beacon of ultimate revelation, a destination the Marshal believes holds the key to the hospital's horrors, but which ultimately forces him to confront the secrets buried within his own mind. It is a haunting journey into the labyrinth of perception, where the line between sanity and delusion becomes terrifyingly thin. Coming in at number 33, we have The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. This monumental Western transports us to the lawless landscapes of the American Southwest during the Civil War. It is a monumental piece of filmmaking from director Sergio Leone, often hailed as one of the greatest Westerns ever made. The film follows three ruthless men on a quest for a hidden cache of Confederate gold. The mysterious loner known as Blondie, the cruel mercenary Angel Eyes, and the frantic bandit Tuco form a series of treacherous alliances to locate the treasure. Their journey is a violent odyssey across a war-torn landscape, marked by escapes and brutal confrontations. At its core, the film is a cynical and powerful anti-war statement. It explores the corrupting nature of greed and the futility of conflict, challenging viewers to question traditional notions of heroism and villainy. The war itself is depicted as the ultimate evil, a chaotic force that brings out the worst in humanity. The film's iconic score by Ennio Morricone is integral to its power, with stirring themes that elevate the tension and emotion of every moment. Through its masterful direction and innovative cinematography, the film cements its place as a timeless classic in cinema history. Coming in at number 32, we have American History X. This is a raw and deeply affecting drama about the destructive cycle of racial hatred and the difficult path to redemption. The story centers on Derek Vineyard, a man who is released from prison after serving 3 years for a violent crime fueled by his leadership in a white supremacist gang. Through powerful black and white flashbacks, we witness his radicalization and the brutal events that led to his incarceration. These scenes paint a stark picture of a charismatic mind consumed by ideology and the devastating influence he had on his younger brother, Danny. In the present, Derek is a changed man, horrified by the person he once was. His sole mission is to save Danny from following the same violent path he forged. The film explores this tense struggle with unflinching honesty, showcasing a desperate race against time to dismantle a legacy of hate. The movie's central theme is powerfully stated in the line, "Some legacies must end." It argues that hate is a learned behavior and ultimately a self-destructive burden. Through the stark contrast of Derek's past and present, the film delivers a haunting and unforgettable message about the consequences of bigotry and the hope that lies in choosing a different future. Coming in at number 31, we have One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. This film presents a powerful clash between an irrepressible spirit and a crushing system. It tells the story of a rebellious freethinker who, preferring a mental ward over prison, soon discovers the institution holds a more terrifying confinement than any jail cell. At the heart of this world is a charismatic leader who rallies the downtrodden patients to reclaim their sense of self. Standing directly in his path is the ward's formidable head nurse. She rules her domain with a chillingly calm authority, demanding absolute obedience and enforcing a suffocating order. Their escalating struggle is more than a simple battle of personalities. It is a profound examination of conformity versus individuality. The film celebrates the defiant human spirit, but it does so with a poignant understanding of the heavy cost that such a fight can demand. Directed with a raw and authentic eye, this timeless masterpiece features legendary performances that simmer with intensity and humor. It remains a stirring allegory for the fight against oppressive control. Coming in at number 30, we have Avengers Endgame. This monumental film stands as a testament to the power of storytelling, bringing together a decade of cinematic history into one epic conclusion. The universe is in ruins, shattered by the devastating actions of Thanos, and the remaining heroes must find a way to undo the unimaginable. What follows is a journey not just through time, but through the hearts and souls of characters we have grown to love. The film opens with a world in mourning, where grief and loss hang heavy in the air. The Avengers, once symbols of hope, are now broken, each grappling with their own failures and the weight of what was lost. Yet, in the darkness, a flicker of hope emerges, a chance to set things right. The idea of a time heist is born, sending our heroes back to pivotal moments in their past, forcing them to confront not just old enemies, but their own memories and regrets. What makes Endgame so powerful is its focus on character. This is not just a spectacle of action and visual effects, though it delivers on those fronts in spades. It is a deeply emotional exploration of sacrifice, redemption, and the enduring nature of heroism. The film reminds us that true strength is not about never falling, but about the courage to rise again, no matter the cost. The final battle is a masterclass in cinematic storytelling, a culmination of everything that came before. It is a fight not just for the fate of the universe, but for the legacy of these heroes. And when the dust settles, what remains is a poignant reminder that endings can be as meaningful as beginnings. Avengers Endgame is not just a movie. It is a farewell, a celebration, and a testament to the idea that even in the face of insurmountable odds, hope endures. Coming in at number 29, we have Memento. Memento is a psychological thriller that follows Leonard Shelby, a former insurance investigator who suffers from anterograde amnesia, a condition where he is unable to form new memories. The last thing he remembers is the brutal attack that left him with this condition and resulted in his wife's death. Consumed by a singular purpose, Leonard embarks on a relentless hunt for his wife's killer, a man he knows only as John Gay. To compensate for his memory loss, Leonard has developed a meticulous system of Polaroids, handwritten notes, and crucial facts tattooed onto his body. The film's narrative is uniquely structured, presented in two alternating timelines. One, in black and white, moves forward chronologically, showing Leonard in a motel room recounting his past. The other, in color, unfolds in reverse chronological order, thrusting the audience into Leonard's disorienting present, where each scene begins without the context of what immediately preceded it. As Leonard navigates a treacherous world of manipulation, he encounters Natalie, a bartender who seems to want to help him, and Teddy, who claims to be his friend but whose motives are unclear. The two timelines converge in a stunning climax that forces both Leonard and the audience to question everything they thought they knew about the past, the nature of memory, and the very foundation of Leonard's quest for revenge. The core meaning of Memento revolves around the subjective nature of reality and the unreliability of memory as a foundation for identity and truth. Director Christopher Nolan explores the idea that we are all, to some extent, unreliable narrators of our own lives. Leonard Shelby's condition is an extreme metaphor for the human tendency to construct narratives that serve our emotional needs, even if it means distorting or ignoring the objective truth. The film posits that identity is not a static product of past experiences, but a continuous story we tell ourselves. Leonard's desperate attempt to create meaning and purpose through a revenge quest, even by deliberately manipulating his own system of facts, suggests that the need for a coherent narrative can be more powerful than the desire for truth itself. Ultimately, Memento is a profound meditation on how memory, truth, and self-deception intertwine to shape who we are. Coming in at number 28, we have Leon the Professional. This film is a masterclass in blending action with deep emotional storytelling. It introduces us to Leon, a solitary hitman whose life is turned upside down when he becomes the unlikely guardian of a young girl named Matilda. Their bond forms the heart of this gripping tale, set against the backdrop of New York City's underworld. The film's aesthetics are timeless, with action sequences that still feel fresh and dynamic. What truly sets it apart, though, is its exploration of innocence and violence. Leon, a man who lives by a strict moral code, finds himself drawn into a relationship that challenges everything he knows. Matilda, though young, is forced into a brutal world, yet her resilience and determination bring out a side of Leon he never knew existed. Their connection is both tender and complex, resembling a father-daughter dynamic while also pushing the boundaries of mentor and protege. As Leon teaches Matilda the skills of his trade, he begins to rediscover his own humanity, finding a reason to live beyond his solitary existence. The film does not shy away from the moral ambiguity of its characters, presenting a hitman as a sympathetic figure and a law enforcement agent as the true villain. The climax is both explosive and poignant, culminating in an act of sacrifice that underscores the film's central theme. Love and connection can transform even the most hardened souls. Leon the Professional is more than just an action thriller. It is a story about redemption, the power of human connection, and the fragile line between good and evil. It is a film that lingers in the mind long after the credits roll, leaving us with a profound sense of both loss and hope. Look away. Coming in at number 26, we have Terminator 2: Judgment Day. A decade after the original, this sequel redefined what action cinema could achieve. The story picks up with Sarah Connor institutionalized. Her warnings of a machine-led apocalypse dismissed as delusions. Her son, John, the future leader of humanity's resistance, is just a rebellious kid unaware of his destiny. From a war-torn future, two beings arrive: a reprogrammed T-800, now a protector, and the relentless, shape-shifting T-1000 sent to eliminate John. What follows is a high-stakes chase, blending groundbreaking effects with a deeply human story. The film's brilliance lies in its themes: fate versus free will, the meaning of humanity, and the power of choice. The T-800, once a cold killer, evolves into a guardian, learning the value of life. Sarah, hardened by her visions of Judgment Day, fights not just for survival but to change the future itself. The message is clear: destiny is not fixed, it is shaped by our actions. James Cameron crafted a masterpiece that balanced spectacle with heart. The liquid metal effects of the T-1000 were revolutionary, and the action sequences remain thrilling. Yet, it is the emotional core, the bond between John, Sarah, and their unlikely protector, that elevates the film. A cautionary tale about technology's dangers, it also offers hope. Even in the darkest timelines, humanity can choose a better path. Terminator 2: Judgment Day is not just a sequel. It is a landmark in cinema, proving that blockbusters can be both visually stunning and deeply meaningful. Coming in at number 25, we have Joker. This film is a haunting exploration of a man's descent into madness, set against the backdrop of a decaying Gotham City in the early 80s. It is a character study that delves deep into the psyche of a man pushed to the brink by a society that has failed him at every turn. Joker is a powerful commentary on the consequences of societal neglect and the systemic failure to care for the mentally ill. It is a dark, cautionary tale that explores how a person repeatedly beaten down and marginalized can descend into violence. The film does not justify the actions of its protagonist, but rather provides a disturbing and empathetic look at the circumstances that could forge such a figure. The narrative follows a failed stand-up comedian, struggling to make ends meet as a party clown. His life is a series of misfortunes and humiliations, compounded by a neurological condition that causes him to laugh at inappropriate times. As he discovers unsettling secrets about his past, his grip on reality begins to loosen. The film masterfully portrays his transformation into the iconic villain, the Joker, as his personal descent mirrors the city's turmoil. Joker is a manifesto against the political forces that prioritize ruthless capitalist policies. It is a sociological analysis of the chaos of the working class, and a recipe for why they should not incline towards right-wing populist politics. The film's anti-system and anti-capitalist stance is a reflection of the people's subconscious, inspiring class resistance. The film's core meaning lies in its exploration of the symbiotic relationship between a deteriorating individual and a decaying society. It suggests that monsters are not born, but created by the very communities that ostracize them. Joker is a testament to the power of kindness and the catastrophic consequences of its absence. It is a film that will leave you questioning who the real clowns are in a world rife with cruelty and inequality. Coming in at number 24, we have Back to the Future. This timeless classic takes us on a thrilling adventure through time, blending science fiction, comedy, and heartfelt storytelling into an unforgettable experience. At its core, the film explores the delicate balance between destiny and free will, all while delivering a story that is as entertaining as it is thought-provoking. The journey begins with Marty McFly, a teenager who finds himself accidentally transported back to the 50s in a time-traveling DeLorean invented by his eccentric friend, Doc Brown. Stranded in the past, Marty inadvertently disrupts the very moment his parents first meet, putting his own existence at risk. What follows is a race against time to set things right, not just to ensure his future, but to improve it. The film brilliantly contrasts the optimism of the 50s with the cynicism of the 80s, using humor and clever storytelling to highlight the differences between the eras. One of the most compelling themes in Back to the Future is the idea that our futures are not set in stone. Marty's presence in the past forces his father, George McFly, to confront his insecurities and stand up for himself, ultimately changing the course of his life. This transformation suggests that while destiny may guide us, our choices shape the path we take. The film's message is clear with courage and determination. We can rewrite our own stories. The heart of the film lies in its exploration of family and the bonds that tie us together. Marty's journey is not just about fixing a mistake, it is about understanding his parents as people, flaws and all, and realizing the impact his actions have on their lives. The emotional weight of these moments is balanced by the film's lighthearted tone, making it a story that resonates on multiple levels. Back to the Future is more than just a science fiction adventure. It is a celebration of the power of choice and the idea that our futures are ours to create. With its clever writing, memorable characters, and a story that blends humor with heart, it is no wonder this film has remained a beloved classic for generations. In our opinion, it is a masterpiece that reminds us all that the future is whatever we make it. So let us make it a good one. Of living a lie. Coming in at number 22, we have The Prestige. Set in the late 19th century, this film is a masterclass in mystery and deception, weaving a tale of two magicians whose rivalry spirals into obsession. The story unfolds in Victorian London, where the art of illusion becomes a battleground for supremacy. What begins as professional competition soon escalates into a dangerous game of sabotage, theft, and personal sacrifice. The film's narrative structure is as intricate as the magic tricks it portrays, with flashbacks and flash-forwards that keep the audience guessing. Each revelation peels back another layer of deception, drawing viewers deeper into the web of lies and secrets. The Prestige, the moment when the impossible becomes possible, is not just the climax of a magic trick, but the heart of the film's exploration of obsession and the cost of greatness. At its core, The Prestige is a dark meditation on the lengths people will go to achieve perfection. The rivalry between the two magicians is fueled by jealousy, pride, and an unrelenting desire to outdo one another. Their pursuit of the ultimate illusion consumes their lives, straining relationships and blurring the lines between reality and deception. The film challenges the audience to consider whether the price of greatness is worth the sacrifices made along the way. Christopher Nolan crafts a world where magic and science collide, leaving viewers questioning what is real and what is merely an illusion. The film's tagline, "Are you watching closely?" serves as both a challenge and a warning. Because in this world of smoke and mirrors, nothing is as it seems. The Prestige is a cinematic sleight of hand, a film that lingers in the mind long after the final act. Coming in at number 21, we have 12 Angry Men. This timeless masterpiece directed by Sidney Lumet is a gripping exploration of justice, prejudice, and the power of reasoned doubt. Set almost entirely within the confines of a jury room on a sweltering summer day, the film follows 12 jurors as they deliberate the fate of a young man accused of a grave crime. What begins as an open and shut case quickly unravels into a tense battle of wills as personal biases and moral convictions clash in the pursuit of truth. The brilliance of 12 Angry Men lies in its ability to transform a static setting into a pressure cooker of drama. Through sharp dialogue and masterful camera work, Lumet amplifies the rising tension as one juror, standing alone against the majority, challenges the evidence and forces his peers to confront their own prejudices. Each character brings a unique perspective shaped by their background, making the deliberation not just a legal process, but a profound examination of human nature. At its core, the film is a powerful critique of the justice system, highlighting how easily personal biases can obscure the truth. Yet it also celebrates the potential for reason and empathy to triumph over ignorance and hasty judgment. The themes of civic duty, moral responsibility, and the fragility of justice resonate just as strongly today as they did upon the film's release. With its intelligent storytelling and unforgettable performances, 12 Angry Men remains a cornerstone of American cinema. It is a testament to the idea that one voice, armed with courage and conviction, can change the course of justice. This is a film that does not just entertain, it challenges, provokes, and leaves a lasting impact. Coming in at number 20, we have Goodfellas. This timeless masterpiece from Martin Scorsese takes us on a gripping journey through the rise and fall of a man entangled in the mafia's seductive, yet brutal world. Based on a true story, the film captures the essence of a life lived on the edge, where loyalty is paramount and betrayal is met with swift consequences. From the very beginning, we are drawn into the allure of the wise guy lifestyle. The film paints a vivid picture of the power, wealth, and camaraderie that come with being part of the mob. The protagonist's narration guides us through the intoxicating highs and devastating lows of his life, making us feel as if we are right there with him, experiencing every moment. Goodfellas is not just a story about crime, it is a story about the human condition. It explores themes of loyalty, betrayal, and the inevitable downfall that comes with a life of crime. The film's crackling pace and mordant humor make it an unforgettable experience, one that leaves a lasting impact on its viewers. The performances in Goodfellas are nothing short of stellar. The cast brings to life a world where violence is always lurking around the corner, and where the line between friend and foe is often blurred. The film portrayal of the mafia is both fascinating and terrifying, showcasing the brutal reality of a life lived outside the law. In our opinion, Goodfellas is a cinematic triumph. It is a film that captures the essence of a bygone era, where the allure of the mafia was strong and the consequences of a life of crime were all too real. It is a story that will leave you on the edge of your seat, longing for more, and ultimately questioning the true cost of power and loyalty. Coming in at number 19, we have Inglourious Basterds. This film is a masterclass in blending history with fiction, creating a world where revenge is not just a motive but an art form. Set in Nazi-occupied France during World War II, the story unfolds in a way that only Quentin Tarantino could envision. It is a tale of two parallel journeys, both fueled by the same fiery desire for retribution. On one side, we have a group of Jewish American soldiers, known as the Bastards, led by the fearless and unapologetic Lieutenant Aldo Raine. Their mission is simple yet brutal, to strike terror into the hearts of the Third Reich by any means necessary. Their tactics are as ruthless as they are effective, leaving a trail of scalps and chaos in their wake. On the other side, we meet Shosanna, a young Jewish woman who escapes the horrors of her past and reinvents herself as the owner of a Parisian cinema. Her quiet resilience masks a burning vendetta, one that will culminate in a spectacular act of defiance. What makes Inglourious Basterds so compelling is its exploration of power, identity, and the transformative nature of vengeance. Shosanna's journey is particularly striking, as she uses the very tool of propaganda, the cinema, to turn the tables on her oppressors. The film does not just tell a story, it immerses us in a world where every frame is dripping with tension, every line of dialogue crackling with purpose. Tarantino's signature style is on full display here, blending sharp wit with visceral action, all while playing with the boundaries of history. The film's climax is a symphony of chaos, a moment where fiction and reality collide in the most explosive way possible. It is a reminder that sometimes the most powerful stories are the ones that dare to rewrite the past. In our opinion, Inglourious Basterds is not just a war film. It is a revenge fantasy, a love letter to cinema, and a bold statement on the nature of justice. It is a film that lingers long after the credits roll, leaving us to ponder the fine line between heroism and brutality. And that, dear viewers, is the mark of a true classic. Coming in at number 18, we have The Green Mile. This timeless masterpiece invites us into the haunting corridors of Cold Mountain Penitentiary, where the line between justice and mercy blurs in the most profound ways, told through the weary yet wise eyes of an elderly Paul Edgecombe. The film unfolds as a deeply moving reflection on his days as the head guard of death row in the 30s. The story introduces us to John Coffey, a man of towering stature and gentle spirit whose presence disrupts the grim routine of the prison block. Coffey's arrival brings with it an aura of the supernatural, as his miraculous ability to heal the suffering reveals a divine compassion that challenges the very foundations of the system meant to judge him. At its heart, The Green Mile is a meditation on the duality of human nature. It contrasts the cruelty of figures like the sadistic guard Percy Wetmore with the profound empathy of men like Paul and his fellow officer Brutus Howell. The film does not shy away from exposing the harsh realities of prejudice and the irreversible failures of justice, particularly in Coffey's wrongful conviction, a tragedy compounded by the racial biases of the era. Yet, it is also a story of redemption and the quiet miracles that emerge in the most unexpected places. Coffey's healing touch, whether curing Paul's ailment or bringing life back to a small, beloved mouse, serves as a testament to the power of goodness in a world often overshadowed by suffering. The narrative's emotional weight is carried by its exploration of sacrifice and the burden of moral choice. Paul's journey from skepticism to belief in the extraordinary forces him to confront an impossible dilemma: how to reconcile duty with the knowledge of an innocent man's fate. The film's supernatural elements are woven seamlessly into its grounded storytelling, creating a tapestry that feels both mythic and deeply human. In the end, The Green Mile lingers in the memory not just as a tale of the past, but as a timeless reminder of the fragility of justice and the enduring power of compassion. It is a story that asks us to reflect on the consequences of our actions and the legacies we leave behind, long after the final credits roll. Coming in at number 17, we have The Empire Strikes Back. This chapter represents a maturation of the Star Wars saga, moving beyond simple triumph into a deeper exploration of struggle and character. The narrative finds the Rebel Alliance scattered and on the run after a devastating attack on their base. This sense of desperation permeates every frame, creating a palpable tension that defines the film. While the Empire tightens its grip, our heroes face separation and doubt. Han Solo and Princess Leia navigate a galaxy in pursuit, finding an unlikely ally in the charismatic Cloud City administrator, all while the shadow of Darth Vader looms ever closer. Meanwhile, Luke Skywalker undertakes a solitary quest to the swamp world of Dagobah. There, he encounters the ancient Jedi Master, a figure of immense wisdom who challenges Luke's impatience and teaches him the true nature of the Force. The film's power lies in its examination of internal conflict. Luke must confront his own anger and fear, learning that the greatest battles are often fought within. This journey culminates in a confrontation that delivers one of cinema's most iconic revelations, forever altering the hero's understanding of the galaxy and their place within it. It is a story that champions perseverance, proving that even in the face of overwhelming despair, hope remains the most powerful force. Coming in at number 16, we have Saving Private Ryan. This film delivers a visceral and unforgettable look at the realities of combat, beginning with a stark and chaotic depiction of the D-Day landings that immediately establishes its unflinching tone. The story follows a squad of American soldiers, led by a resolute Captain Miller, on a near-impossible mission deep behind enemy lines. They are tasked with finding and sending home one specific paratrooper, the last surviving brother of a family decimated by the war. The film explores the heavy weight of this command, questioning the cost of sacrificing many for the life of one. Through groundbreaking cinematography and immersive sound design, the movie places the audience directly into the heart of the conflict, making every moment feel immediate and harrowing. It is a profound meditation on duty, sacrifice, and the bonds forged in the crucible of war. The mission ultimately becomes a powerful symbol for the very nature of service itself, where soldiers give everything for a cause greater than themselves. It stands as a monumental tribute to the generation that fought, a story about the price of one life and the value of a promise. Coming in at number 15, we have The Silence of the Lambs. This film remains a masterclass in psychological suspense, defining the genre for generations. It centers on Clarice Starling, a gifted FBI trainee drawn into a harrowing investigation. To catch a brutal serial killer known as Buffalo Bill, she must seek the counsel of another monster, the brilliant psychiatrist and cannibal Dr. Hannibal Lecter. Their exchanges are a mesmerizing duel of wits, where insights are traded for pieces of a very personal puzzle. The story explores the darkest corners of the human psyche, contrasting the sophisticated evil of Lecter with the chaotic violence of the predator Starling hunts. This is a profound journey into the mind of a young woman confronting trauma to save others. The film is anchored by legendary performances, with one actor delivering an unforgettable portrayal of chilling intellect and another showcasing remarkable resilience and determination. Directed with meticulous precision, the movie builds tension with every frame and every note of its haunting score. A rare cinematic achievement, it stands as a unique winner of the industry's top 5 awards, a testament to its powerful impact as a chilling narrative of courage facing unimaginable darkness. Coming in at number 14, we have Gladiator. This film redefined the historical epic, transporting audiences to the grandeur and brutality of ancient Rome. It tells the story of Maximus, a revered general and devoted family man who becomes the target of a new emperor's jealousy. Betrayed and stripped of everything he holds dear, Maximus is cast into slavery and forced into the arena as a gladiator. The narrative follows his brutal path of redemption and revenge. What drives him is not a lust for battle, but a burning desire for justice and the hope of one day returning home. This powerful motivation fuels his rise through the gladiator ranks, capturing the imagination of the Roman populace. The clash between Maximus's unwavering honor and the new emperor's corrupt ambition forms the heart of this gripping tale, proving that what we do in life truly echoes in eternity. Coming in at number 13, we have Django Unchained. This film is a visceral and stylized piece of cinema from director Quentin Tarantino. Set in the 2 years before the American Civil War, the story follows a freed slave named Django. He forms a powerful alliance with a German bounty hunter. Together, they traverse the harsh American landscape, honing their skills and hunting down outlaws. Their partnership is forged in a shared purpose, but it is fueled by Django's singular, deeply personal goal to find and rescue his wife, Broomhilda, from a life of brutal servitude. Their quest leads them to the doors of a notoriously cruel Mississippi plantation. To infiltrate this treacherous world, they must navigate a complex web of deception and danger. The plantation is ruled by a charming but tyrannical owner, with a shrewd and deeply loyal headhouse servant watching their every move. The film stands as a powerful revisionist Western, using the genre's framework to confront a dark and brutal chapter of American history. It is a cathartic fantasy of liberation, placing a Black hero at the center of a genre that has historically sidelined them. Through dazzling dialogue, a memorable score, and high tension, it tells a story of empowerment and vengeance. It suggests that in the face of absolute inhumanity, reclaiming one's identity can be a violent and righteous act. Coming in at number 12, we have Seven. This is a dark and methodical psychological crime thriller that remains a landmark of the genre. It follows two homicide detectives at opposite ends of their careers. One is a world-weary veteran nearing retirement, a man of intellect and caution who has seen it all. The other is an idealistic newcomer, full of fire and a desire to make a tangible difference in a broken world. They are partnered on a disturbing new case that consumes them completely. The film is set in an unnamed, perpetually rain-soaked city that feels perpetually on the brink of collapse, a visual representation of moral decay. Here, a serial killer bases his horrific crimes on the deadly sins. The investigation becomes a desperate race against time, with the detectives trying to anticipate the killer's next move. As the veteran delves into religious text to understand the killer's mindset, his partner's idealism is put to the ultimate test. Seven is a profound exploration of apathy and the struggle to maintain hope. It argues that the true battle is not just against external evil, but against the internal decay of the human spirit. Ultimately, the film suggests that the refusal to succumb to despair and indifference is what gives humanity its meaning. Coming in at number 11, we have Schindler's List. Directed by Steven Spielberg, this historical drama stands as a monumental achievement in cinema. It recounts the true story of Oskar Schindler, a businessman who initially sees the war in Nazi-occupied Poland as a path to fortune. He uses his connections within the party to establish an enamelware factory, employing a large workforce of Jewish laborers. At first, his motives are purely opportunistic. However, as Schindler witnesses the brutal atrocities committed against the Jewish people, his perspective undergoes a profound transformation. He moves from a self-centered profiteer to a selfless savior, determined to protect the lives of his workers from the horrors of the Holocaust. The film features a powerful performance by its lead actor, capturing this moral awakening with incredible depth. Working alongside him is a Jewish accountant, whose quiet courage and intelligence are instrumental in orchestrating the rescue. Through its stark black-and-white cinematography, the film immerses the viewer in the harrowing reality of the era, creating a work of immense historical weight and authenticity. It is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the incredible impact one individual can have. The film's central message remains clear: whoever saves one life saves the world entire. Coming in at number 10, we have The Matrix. Ground Zero audience. Let's go back to a time when this film changed everything. It presents a chilling vision of the 22nd century, where humanity is unknowingly trapped within a massive simulation. We follow a computer hacker who discovers the grim reality of his existence. This film brilliantly explores our growing dependence on technology, suggesting a future where our own creations could ultimately turn against us. It serves as a powerful cautionary tale, yet it remains a story of incredible hope. The human rebels must use the very system of the Matrix against itself, mastering its rules to fight for freedom. The action sequences are legendary, blending martial arts with groundbreaking special effects that created a new cinematic language. Every punch and kick symbolized a deeper understanding of the truth. At its heart, the movie asks us to look beyond the surface. It tells us that the human element, our ability to question and to think, will always be our greatest weapon. It is a truly visionary piece of work that proved science fiction could be both visually spectacular and profoundly intelligent. Coming in at number 9, we have Interstellar. This film presents a future where Earth is dying, blighted, and dust-choked. It follows a former pilot who leads a desperate mission through a newly discovered wormhole. Their goal is to find a new home for humanity, venturing across the vast, silent void to explore planets orbiting distant stars. At its heart, this is a deeply human story about the bond between a father and his daughter. As they travel, the crew faces the profound effects of time dilation. While their journey takes mere hours, decades slip by on Earth. This creates a powerful emotional conflict, showing how time and distance test the connections that define us. The story beautifully illustrates that love might be the one force that transcends the dimensions of space and time itself. Featuring a stellar cast, the film explores themes of sacrifice, hope, and our place in the cosmos. Its stunning visuals and scientifically grounded depiction of a black hole are both awe-inspiring and thought-provoking. Ultimately, it is a testament to the enduring human spirit, reminding us that mankind was born on Earth, but was never meant to die there. Coming in at number 8, we have The Lord of the Rings: The Return of the King. This epic conclusion to Peter Jackson's monumental trilogy stands as a towering achievement in cinema, weaving together breathtaking spectacle, profound emotion, and timeless themes. As the forces of darkness gather for a final assault on Middle-earth, the fate of the world rests on the shoulders of both kings and hobbits alike. Aragorn, the reluctant heir to Gondor's throne, must rise to lead his people in a desperate last stand, while Frodo and Sam press onward into the shadow of Mordor, their bond tested by the weight of their impossible quest. The film's grandeur is matched only by its intimacy, as the struggle against Sauron's overwhelming power is not just one of armies and battles, but of individual courage and sacrifice. Gollum's tragic descent into madness serves as a haunting reminder of the ring's corrupting influence, while Frodo's burden underscores the cost of resisting it. Meanwhile, the Siege of Minas Tirith delivers some of the most awe-inspiring battle sequences ever committed to film, a symphony of chaos and heroism, where every sword swing and arrow loosed carries the weight of destiny. Yet, for all its scale, The Return of the King never loses sight of its heart. The friendship between Frodo and Sam, tested by exhaustion and betrayal, remains the emotional core of the story, a testament to loyalty and hope in the face of despair. And when the final reckoning arrives, it is not through sheer force alone that evil is defeated, but through the quiet, unyielding resolve of those who refuse to surrender, no matter the odds. Peter Jackson's vision soars in this finale, blending breathtaking visuals with a deeply human story. The film's message is clear: even the smallest act of defiance can change the course of history. It is a triumph of storytelling, a masterpiece that lingers long after the credits roll, reminding us that true heroism is not measured in crowns or swords, but in the strength of the spirit. In our opinion, this is not just the crowning achievement of a legendary trilogy, it is cinema at its most powerful. Coming in at number 7, we have Pulp Fiction. From the creator of True Romance and Reservoir Dogs, this film is a masterclass in nonlinear storytelling, weaving together three main narratives that challenge conventional structure. It follows hitmen navigating philosophical discussions, a boxer's desperate escape, and a night out that takes a perilous turn. These stories intersect in unexpected ways, creating a unique and influential cinematic experience. Pulp Fiction is a film that feels like a philosophy seminar that happens to involve guns, diners, and a dance floor. It scrambles time on purpose and dares you to keep up. Its mix of irony, violence, and everyday talk helped redraw the map for filmmaking. It took the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival and earned 7 Academy Award nominations, winning Best Original Screenplay. The film explores the lives of criminals forced to confront profound moral questions amidst chaos. Jules's spiritual awakening after a miraculous survival suggests that moments of grace can appear in the most unlikely circumstances. The film suggests that while life may be a series of random events, the choices individuals make define their character and offer a chance at salvation. Pulp Fiction is known for its ironic blend of humor and brutal violence, as well as its multiple storylines that eventually weave themselves together. It presents long, intense, and surprisingly profound monologues and dialogues throughout. The film's title comes from magazines and novels about gangs and crime that were popular during its time. Truly an influential movie, Pulp Fiction is a classic that continues to captivate audiences with its unique narrative and unforgettable characters. Coming in at number 6, we have Forrest Gump. Few films capture the essence of an era quite like Forrest Gump. This timeless masterpiece invites us to see the world through the eyes of a man whose simplicity becomes his greatest strength. Forrest's journey is nothing short of extraordinary as he stumbles into pivotal moments of the 20th century. From the battlefields of Vietnam to the heart of the Watergate scandal. Yet, despite his unwitting influence on history, his story remains deeply personal, a testament to the power of love, loyalty, and perseverance. At its core, Forrest Gump is a tale of contrasts. While Forrest navigates life with childlike innocence, his childhood friend Jenny embodies the turbulence of their generation. Her struggles with trauma and self-discovery mirror the chaos of the 60s and 70s. Yet Forrest's unwavering devotion to her never falters. Their bond is the emotional anchor of the film, reminding us that love is not about intelligence or circumstance, it is about heart. The film's brilliance lies in its ability to blend humor, drama, and historical reflection without ever losing its humanity. Whether Forrest is becoming a football star, a war hero, or a shrimping tycoon, his journey feels both fantastical and deeply relatable. Director Robert Zemeckis crafts a narrative that questions fate and chance, symbolized by the feather that drifts through the story. Is life predetermined, or are we all just floating on the breeze? Forrest's answer is as simple as it is profound. Maybe it is both. In the end, Forrest Gump leaves us with a message that resonates far beyond its era. It is a celebration of kindness in a complicated world, proving that sometimes the most extraordinary lives are lived by the most ordinary people. Coming in at number 5, we have Fight Club. Fight Club is a cinematic masterpiece that delves deep into the psyche of modern man, exploring themes of identity, consumerism, and the search for meaning in a materialistic world. The film follows an insomniac office worker, disillusioned with his mundane existence, who finds solace in attending support groups for illnesses he does not have. His life takes a dramatic turn when he meets the enigmatic Tyler Durden, a soap salesman with a radical philosophy on life. Together, they form an underground fight club, a raw and primal form of therapy that quickly evolves into something much larger and more sinister. The film is a scathing critique of consumer culture, highlighting the emptiness of a life defined by material possessions. The narrator's obsession with his perfectly curated apartment symbolizes the hollow pursuit of happiness through consumption. Tyler Durden's philosophy directly challenges this value system, advocating for a return to a more authentic and primal existence. As the Fight Club movement grows, it transforms into Project Mayhem, an anarchic and anti-corporate movement that pushes the narrator into a moral crisis. Fight Club is not just a film about violence and rebellion. It is a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked nihilism and the consequences of letting one's inner darkness run rampant. The film's brilliant narrative structure, combined with David Fincher's revolutionary visual approach, creates a cinematic experience that is both thought-provoking and visually stunning. The desaturated colors, high contrast lighting, and meticulous attention to detail all contribute to the film's unique aesthetic. Ultimately, Fight Club is a powerful exploration of the human condition, challenging viewers to question the values of a society that defines individuals by their possessions. It is a film that lingers in the mind long after the credits roll, leaving a lasting impact on its audience. Coming in at number 4, we have The Godfather. Few films have left as indelible a mark on cinema as this masterpiece. Set in the post-war era, it immerses us in the world of the Corleone family, where power, loyalty, and tradition collide in a symphony of drama and tension. At its heart, The Godfather is a story of transformation. We witness the journey of a family, particularly Michael Corleone, a man who begins with noble intentions, only to be pulled into the shadows of his family's empire. The film's brilliance lies in its ability to make us care deeply for these characters, even as they navigate a world of moral ambiguity. The tension between duty and desire, between love and violence, is palpable in every scene. The cinematography is nothing short of legendary. Shadows and light play across the screen, mirroring the duality of the characters' lives. The iconic baptism sequence, where sacred rites intertwine with brutal vengeance, is a testament to the film's mastery of contrast. The score, with its haunting Italian melodies, lingers in the mind long after the credits roll. What makes The Godfather timeless is its exploration of universal themes. It is a film about family, not just in blood, but in the bonds that define us. It is about power, how it corrupts, how it protects, and how it demands sacrifice. And it is about the choices we make, the lines we cross, and the consequences that follow. In our opinion, The Godfather is not just a movie, it is an experience. It draws you into its world, makes you feel the weight of every decision, and leaves you reflecting on the cost of ambition. This is cinema at its finest. A story that resonates across generations, proving that some offers truly are impossible to refuse. Coming in at number 3, we have Inception, a masterpiece that redefined the boundaries of science fiction. This film takes us on a journey through the labyrinth of the human mind. Directed by the visionary Christopher Nolan, Inception is a symphony of intricate storytelling and breathtaking visuals. The film introduces us to a world where technology allows the sharing of dreams, a realm where the subconscious is both the battlefield and the prize. Here, a skilled thief navigates the dreamscape, not to steal tangible treasures, but to extract the most valuable currency of all, ideas. Yet, the true challenge lies not in extraction, but in inception, the art of planting an idea so deeply that it feels like one's own. Inception is a heist movie unlike any other, where the stakes are not just wealth or power, but the very fabric of reality. The mission is fraught with peril, as the team must navigate the treacherous layers of the subconscious, each more unpredictable than the last. The dream world is a canvas painted with the brushstrokes of the architect, yet populated by the projections of the dreamer's mind, making every step a dance with the unknown. The emotional core of the film is as compelling as its high-concept premise. The protagonist's journey is haunted by the shadows of his past, a past that threatens to unravel the delicate balance of the mission. The loss of his wife lingers like a specter, a reminder of the consequences of playing with the boundaries of reality. Hans Zimmer's score is a character in its own right, a haunting melody that echoes the tension and urgency of the narrative. The cinematography is a marvel, with each dream layer rendered in distinct visual tones, guiding us deeper into the labyrinth. Inception is more than a film, it is an experience. It challenges us to question the nature of reality and the power of our own minds. It is a testament to the power of cinema to transport us to worlds beyond our imagination, and to leave us pondering the echoes of its themes long after the credits roll. Coming in at number 2, we have The Dark Knight. This film is not just a superhero movie, it is a gripping exploration of chaos versus order, morality, and the cost of heroism. Gotham City stands on the brink of hope with Batman, Lieutenant Gordon, and District Attorney Harvey Dent, making real progress against organized crime. But then, the Joker arrives, a force of pure anarchy who does not just want to break the law, but to prove that society itself is a fragile illusion. What makes The Dark Knight so compelling is its philosophical depth. The Joker is not just a villain, he is a dark mirror to Batman, challenging the very idea of justice. While Batman fights to protect Gotham's soul, the Joker seeks to expose its rot, believing that even the most righteous can be pushed into madness. The film forces us to ask, what does it truly mean to be a hero? Is it about victory or about the choices made in the face of impossible odds? The tension is relentless, from the Joker's chilling unpredictability to the moral dilemmas faced by Batman and Dent. The ferry scene alone, a test of human nature, is one of the most powerful moments in cinema, proving that this film is not just about action, but about ideas. With its masterful storytelling, unforgettable performances, and a villain who redefined what it means to be terrifying, The Dark Knight is not just a great comic book movie. It is a modern masterpiece that lingers long after the credits roll. Before we get to our number 1 pick, we have a few films that just missed the cut but are more than worthy of an honorable mention. Our first honorable mention is Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Stanley Kubrick's 1964 satirical masterpiece is a darkly comedic take on Cold War paranoia, where a rogue general's nuclear strike order spirals into absurd chaos. With razor-sharp wit and unforgettable performances, this film remains a biting commentary on the madness of mutually assured destruction. A cult classic that blends humor with horror, it is a must-watch for its audacious storytelling and timeless relevance. Our second honorable mention is Green Book, a heartfelt and inspiring journey through 1960s America. Based on a true story, this 2018 film follows the unlikely friendship between a working-class Italian-American bouncer and a refined African-American pianist as they navigate the Deep South. With stellar performances, sharp humor, and poignant moments, Green Book is a celebration of humanity, challenging prejudices while delivering warmth and laughter. It is a road trip movie that reminds us how connection can bridge even the deepest divides. Our third honorable mention is Slumdog Millionaire, Danny Boyle's electrifying 2008 masterpiece that sweeps us into the vibrant chaos of Mumbai's slums. Through the lens of a young man's improbable rise on India's version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, this film weaves a tale of destiny, survival, and love. With breathtaking cinematography, a pulse-pounding soundtrack, and raw emotional depth, it captures both the harsh realities and the unshakable hope of its characters. A modern fairy tale that lingers long after the credits roll. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Coming in at number 1, we have The Shawshank Redemption. This timeless masterpiece transcends the boundaries of cinema, offering a profound exploration of hope, resilience, and the indomitable human spirit. Set within the grim confines of Shawshank Prison, the film follows the journey of Andy Dufresne, a man wrongfully convicted of a crime he did not commit. His story is one of quiet strength, as he navigates the brutal realities of prison life with an unyielding sense of hope. The narrative unfolds through the eyes of Red, a longtime inmate who witnesses Andy's transformation from a broken man to a symbol of hope for the entire prison. Andy's ability to maintain his dignity and integrity, even in the face of relentless adversity, is a testament to the power of the human spirit. His quiet leadership and generosity leave an indelible mark on the lives of those around him, proving that even in the darkest of places, light can prevail. The Shawshank Redemption is more than just a story about prison life. It is a poignant reminder that hope is a powerful force capable of transcending even the most oppressive circumstances. Andy's journey is a testament to the idea that hope is not merely a passive belief in a better future, but an active, deliberate choice to create that future, no matter the obstacles. The film's exploration of hope is complemented by its richly drawn characters and their complex relationships. From the corrupt warden to the brutal guards, each character plays a crucial role in shaping Andy's journey. Yet, it is the bond between Andy and Red that truly resonates, offering a poignant exploration of friendship and redemption. The Shawshank Redemption is a cinematic triumph, a film that has earned its place as a beloved classic. Its timeless themes and unforgettable characters continue to inspire and move audiences, reminding us all of the power of hope and the resilience of the human spirit. And there we have it, folks, our definitive list of the top 100 movies of all time. But we know every cinephile has their own sacred picks. Did we miss your favorite? Sound off in the comments below. Let us debate, reminisce, and maybe even discover a hidden gem. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another deep dive from Ground Zero. Until next time, keep the reels rolling and the nostalgia alive.